168 to 04, your goal for LOI.
33,000 feet per second. 35,000 feet per second.
47 forward. On and over landing.
Live from White Hart Lane, this is the World League of American Football and a bank holiday clash between the Amsterdam Admirals and the London Monarchs.
You want to talk about a grudge match? Then this is the one for you. The London Monarchs are still fuming about this incident at the end of the match with the Amsterdam Admirals last year. It led to bench-clearing brawls, coaches insulting each other, and bad blood, which has still to be resolved. Welcome to White Hart Lane for this vital World League clash that will go some ways to deciding the fortunes of both teams this season. I'm joined by Mike Carlson and former Kansas City Chief great Bill Moss. Bill, now you've had the opportunity to see both of these teams. What are your feelings about today's game?
Well, if I could predict a winner, I'd be a genius. But I do know one thing about this game. It's very critical for both teams to see who's going to be in the World Bowl. Whoever wins this game's got a chance to still stay in the mix of thing, and a loser, well, pretty much packs it in.
All right, 5 losses, does that mean that it's over with?
All but academic for the Monarchs, which is why they absolutely have to win this game. For Amsterdam, a loss would mean an uphill battle. If they win today, they control their destiny for the rest of the season.
Hey, welcome back. Bill, now I look at both of these teams. Over the last couple of weeks, both Amsterdam and London have improved their running games.
Yeah, they have. But, you know, the thing about Amsterdam is, you know they can score points. You know they have a potent offense. We've seen it happen before. The problem is, what is London? We've seen them do real bad. We've seen them last week do real good. So you're not sure which London team is going to show up today. Are they living in a sense of false reality? Which Frankfurt team did they play last week? You know, so that's what it basically comes down to. And I think they're going to find out today if they're for real or if they've taken steps today.
All right, now, looking at that, you have London, the worst offense in the World League, Amsterdam with the worst defense in the league. What does that mean?
Well, the tough part from London's point of view is that Amsterdam's defensive weakness has been the pass game, and that's been where London's offensive weakness has been as well. If London can establish the running game, and we keep saying it, if they can spread the ball around to the receivers, they can score points against Amsterdam.
High-scoring game, low-scoring game.
Well, it all depends on what the London defensive backs do. You know, Will Fuhr has an arm and he can air it out. He's got some pretty good receivers, Diedrich Smith and Philip Bobo. So I think the pressure of this game is going to boil down to if they can stop the passing game of Amsterdam.
London coming off a big one last week. Will it carry over?
I hope so indeed, because this is the game that they really want to win, and they can do it if they play at their best.
Okay, the talking's over. The time has come. In 3 hours, we'll know the World Bowl futures of these two teams. Time to hand over to the men with the mics. Gentlemen, it's all yours.
For viewers throughout Europe and in the United States, the flashing red dot shows where we are in London. White Hart Lane in Tottenham, to be exact, for the London Monarchs versus the Amsterdam Admirals. Nick Halling, along with Dave Jennings, the former Jets and Giants punter for many years, and a real atmosphere at this stadium. Such an important game for the Monarchs. Amsterdam so hot in the last 3 games, and 2 teams that don't get along. The weather, not very nice, it has to be said. Heavy cloud, it's been raining. They're expecting more rain as well. But Dave, as a former Jet and Giant, you would say this is traditional football weather, I would guess.
It's good football weather, and the field's in good shape. We'll see it as we go along. We look at the returners get back in the end zone. The last yard, it goes down about a foot. Field's only 94 yards wide, so they're kicking off from the 25. But it's not a bad day, and if the rain can hold off, I think we have excellent conditions.
Well, the Amsterdam Admirals won the toss. They will get their hands on the ball first with T.C. Wright and Bino Bryant back deep. Roger Ruzek gets it underway, and Bino Bryant, who leads the league in kickoff returns, gets it and runs into Roel Blenman, number 21. Victor Exabubadike in on the start with T.C. Wright to the 20-yard line. And these Monarchs are fired up, and straight away, we thought there was going to be some trouble here. Not trouble, but pumped up players. And it's not talk, they are fired up.
These 2 teams don't like each other. You saw it right there on the opening kickoff, and that's a plus for London because best special teams are Amsterdam, and they're only out just outside the 20-yard line.
So Will Fuhrer, who has the best arm in the World League without doubt, leading a very exciting, explosive Amsterdam offense that's ranked #1 in the World League. They can run, they can pass. T.C. Wright in the backfield. 4 receivers in. It's a team that likes to throw but can run as well. Fuhrer on first down. Evades the pressure, gets a man wide open. It's Philip Bobo, who is hit by Mark Montroy after a pickup of around 7, but Bobo was wide open, and they're going to have to watch him. Bobo comes in from the Oakland Raiders, making his first catch of the afternoon, his 35th of the season. Just one of many explosive Amsterdam backs and receivers. Wright and Bryant in the backfield. Bobo, Smith and Chandler, the 3 wide receiver package.
Bryant actually is a wide receiver. He's lining up in the slot, and something we saw right on that first play, and we're going to see it right here. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. They have not shown that this year. Amsterdam always comes out with something new. That's the new look today.
Darren Chandler is alone wide right. Motion from T.C. Wright. Fuhrer on the keeper. Still going. First down at around the 38-yard line. Sean Crocker in there eventually on the stop, but a first down for Amsterdam. The offensive line is huge. Farkas and Crafts, the tackles. Spears, Willis and Williams, the interior guys.
See the 2 guards, Spears and Williams, in short yardage situation. They take those guys out and make them tight ends.
Greg Black in the game on the defensive line for London. Black, normally an offensive lineman, playing defense here, number 74. First down, Amsterdam. T.C. Wright gets the ball and gets hit. Blaine Berger, number 92, stopped him for no gain, possibly a loss. Berger, one of the Amsterdam Admirals that was cut in pre-season and found a new home in London. Coming up with a stop there, getting a start alongside Lewis Cates, Jeff Hunter and Jerry Drake, the outside guys. Drake getting better and better as the season progresses.
And Bob Zeman put it on these 4 guys. You 4 guys have got to stop the run. We don't want to get other guys to help. If those 4 guys can do it, it's a big plus for London.
T.C. Wright got nothing. So it's second down and 10. The crowd into it right from the start. Fuhrer with a lot of protection. Picked off! Kenny McIntyre's got it! McIntyre on his feet over midfield into Amsterdam territory. Looked like Dedrick Smith on the stop, but another interception for Kenny McIntyre, his 5th of the year.
Not a real surprise as London leads in the plus-minus. Left side of your screen, he's looking for Chandler, and Chandler's about 5 yards off. I'm not really sure where this pass is going. You see Chandler way over here on the left. Here's McIntyre about 10 yards away, so just a bad read or a bad route by Chandler. McIntyre takes it up, and again, London, big job turning the ball, taking the ball away. They've done it all year. They continue here.
So it's a first down at the 43-44-yard line of the Amsterdam Admirals for Preston Jones. And the Monarchs offensive unit working with Tony Vinson alone in the backfield. Jones goes upstairs, looks in the direction of Willie Hinchcliffe, and it's picked off Kelly Sims. Sims is stopped by Russell White, but Sims had a huge game against Barcelona, and there's more trouble and flags coming in. There was a couple of players just got into it, Everett McIver, and there's all sorts of trouble on here, and the referees are going to have to get a hold of this game.
It's up to them to control it. You're absolutely right. But as I looked at that play, the 2 receivers were right near each other, and which is an obvious mistake. You'll see it here from the end zone. The 2 receivers, I believe it's White, left side of your screen. White, number 1, Hinchcliffe. See how they're right near each other? You'll see they're right near each other. Now, when you have 2 receivers right near each other, that means you bring in more defensive back. And Kelly Sims, he's the 3rd leading scorer in this league. As you see the personal foul against both teams, so it'll be a wash. But Kelly Sims, he's the 3rd leading scorer in this league. He's got 3 touchdowns, 1 on a fake punt. But again, look at the 2 receivers near each other. That brings in the defensive backs. The pass, I guess, was to Hinchcliffe, and Sims was playing White, number 1. And now Sims. And let's see if we can see this, the tackle here, and see what happens.
Personal foul on the return team. Personal foul on the team. Those penalties offset. First down.
Now you see 65 right there in blue.
Well, that's a cheap shot from Rico Mack, number 55, getting involved. He was the start of that with a shove in the back.
That was Tim Simpson, number 65 in blue for London. So you call it, though. The officials have to control this game, and they call penalties right away. And Here we go. 2 turnovers now,
and
one for each team.
And in the middle of the field, Jim Hanna and I think it looked like Everett McIver were getting involved in a little personal feud as well. Bad blood in this game.
Interesting point here for London. They've started Mark Montroy. He's going to shadow Philip Bobo, who's at the top of the screen, just going out. You can see his left leg. Man-for-man Montroy on him.
So Fura, who was picked off last time, gets another chance in his own 15. On the ground, the Fridge brings down the running back. Looked like T.C. Wright. T.C. Wright against the Fridge is a mismatch.
Okay, watch Fridge here, number 95. Big tackle on the left side, fights off the block, and look him play this down the line. Just does a nice job fighting off the block there, Willie Williams. And again, Bob Zeman, defensive coordinator, said it's up to those 4 guys up front to control the run. If they can, it's a big plus for London.
A couple there for TC. Second down and long for Amsterdam. Fura gets pressure. Incomplete. Rick Newbill was all over the place, and Fura went down. The Fridge was in there, as was Jeff Hunter. This is a fired-up defensive front here.
When you take a look at the London linebackers, not sure how many will be on the field. You know Newbill will be on all the time. Smith sometimes, but they've gone with 6 defensive backs most of the time here, so you'll only see Newbill in this game most of the time.
Fridge checks out of the lineup. To great applause. Greg Black back in at left defensive tackle. And 3rd and long for Amsterdam. Fura takes a deep drop, has time. Can't find a man, and that was another one that could have gone anywhere. He's looking for Philip Bobo.
He's the go-to guy, lines up on the left side. And you'll see him being guarded by number 23, Mark Montroy. He's got a man-for-man. There's Montroy. Now watch, inside route. That's the key thing for Bobo. He generally runs inside. Fura looks for him, gets his hands on it. Shouldn't have been caught, though. Passed a little high.
Adam Vinatieri kicks it away to Kenny McIntyre, who had the interception earlier. McIntyre at his own 38. Fair catches it. And London's defense will be very pleased with their start. That's twice they've stopped the Amsterdam offense that is so explosive.
104 points in the last 3 games. And there's a penalty flag. I think a player went downfield too soon for Amsterdam, and I'm sure London will refuse it because it was a short punt.
There is the call. It's gone against Amsterdam. So Preston Jones will take over again. His last pass intended for Willie Hinchcliffe was intercepted by Kelly Sims. Jones's 3rd interception of the year.
And last week, Jones had a good game. He said it was the first week that he's felt almost 100% since he pulled his hamstring a few weeks ago. Now, you can see they're talking to him. I think they'll refuse this penalty. It's against Amsterdam, illegal man downfield.
On the kicking team, number 46. That penalty is declined. First down.
And that was Kelly Sims.
And the reason they declined it was because it was a short punt. Kelly Sims, a fullback, so he took off quite early. Lionel Taylor, the head coach of these London Monarchs, named the head coach after game 2 when they fired Bobby Hammond.
Well, they went downtown on their first possession last time, paid the price. Let's see if they can put a drive together here. Russell White is in the slot. Vincent in the backfield. Vincent gets the call. Cuts back inside with a bit of running room to midfield to the 47-yard line. Jim Hanna was in there, as was Rico Mack. But Tony Vincent from the Atlanta Falcons had a huge game last week. Russell White joins him in the backfield. Hinchcliffe and Howard, the starting wide receivers. Mike Titley, the tight end.
Vincent, 137 yards. Titley also can do some damage against Amsterdam because they have had problems this year covering the tight end.
But the key here, you sense, may be Tony Vincent. And if they give him 7 yards of carry, they're in big trouble, Amsterdam. Vincent just plows through the middle for another 5, working behind a revamped and very aggressive offensive line. Jim Hanna eventually on the stop, but they'll move the chains. And the offensive line spent the first half of the season playing finesse football. They switched to power, and it worked for them.
And the guy in the middle, Mark Lamb, took over last week early for Damon Baldwin, who got hurt. Lamb came in, did a nice job for them. Now, a couple guys on this line had the flu this week, but doesn't look like it here early on.
They've got it to Amsterdam's 43. First down, Monarchs. The pitch back goes to Tony Vincent, who's got blockers ahead of him again, and will pick up a 6 or 7 yards. Rico Mack and Kelly Sims were there, but this is encouraging from Vincent. The Admirals' defensive line is basically the same line as last year, although Jim Hanna has come in the starting lineup for Bobby Hamilton, and they've not quite been as effective this year as they were last season.
Bobby Hamilton would normally play that right defensive end position. He has a back problem, so Hannah, you can see there, wears number, well, I have him for 93. What number do we have him on the field? I believe he's 93. He plays right defensive end right now.
Second down and around 3 to go. They fake to Russell White, and Jones is going upstairs, looking, and broken up. They were looking for Lindsey Collins, who had a touchdown catch last week.
Boy, Torrey Hunter, just a great job. Torrey Hunter starting this week for Tommy Jones at the left cornerback, right side of your screen. He's with Collins the whole way down the field, and watch him make the play just as the ball comes in. See, he's in good position trailing, sees the ball, jumps up, bats it away. And he's starting this game for Tommy Jones.
Could have been an interception there, but Hunter doing the right thing and making sure there was no big play against him, the man from the Oilers. So that brings up third down for the London Monarchs. No score here. Jones passes, looks for Tony Vincent, but had to get rid of it because Keith Franklin was just storming through unblocked.
Well, Keith Franklin, left outside linebacker, they will blitz, and he's the guy who popped through free and put the pressure, and he couldn't hit Vincent for the first down, so London will have to punt the football away.
So 2 series each, 1 interception each. But this, a very intense football game. T.C. Wright is the punt returner for Amsterdam. London know all about him, an 85-yard punt return for a touchdown just 2 weeks ago. Sonny Fexico just booms the thing, gives Wright no chance, and it drops about 8 yards into the end zone. Sonny's disappointed with himself, but when you've got a returner as dangerous as Wright around, you don't want to take any chances.
Well, he was trying to hang it up inside the 10, but just got too much of it. You can see he's disappointed. And field position could be very important.
No score here at White Hart Lane, 8:33 to go, first quarter. We'll be back.
Hey, welcome back. Bill, it's been a very aggressive game so far.
Yeah, I'm getting worried. The officials' flags are going to have grass stains on them. We're going to have to wash them at halftime. They're going to look green. These guys are really getting after it. And you know, I'm really surprised at Amsterdam Admirals. Watch how far out the wide receivers are lined up. They're all the way over by each sideline. They're trying to spread London's defensive backs out to create seams. But it didn't work for them one time. McIntyre stepped in there and had a nice pick.
Okay. Let's head back to the stadium.
Just do it right, left.
Welcome back to White Hart Lane in London. Nick Halling along with former Jets and Giants punter Dave Jennings. Watching Week 7 action in the World League. London versus Amsterdam, a series that's been owned by Amsterdam. But London have to sort that out this afternoon to keep their World Bowl hopes alive. T.C. Wright in the backfield. And it's Wright gets the ball, and Wright nailed. That'll lose about 5 yards. And it looked like the fridge was the dominant force again.
Keep an eye right side of your screen for the refrigerator. You'll see him. Just beats his man. See, center Willis trying to pull him, block him, but can't. And the refrigerator sticks out a refrigerator door. Takes down T.C. Wright, and this is encouraging.
I tell you, this guy is seriously fired up for this game.
Both teams are. The Fridge has made 2 big plays here early on.
And a loss of 5 for T.C. Wright. Brings up second down and long. And Fura will drop back to pass. Has time. Looks, he's got a man. T.C. Wright gets it, and that will be very close to first down yardage. In fact, I think he'll have it. Sean Crocker eventually on the stop. Just got the pass in ahead of Rick Newbill.
Now, Fridge this time right side of the screen sees double team, so he doesn't have anybody, he can't get by him. Actually gets knocked down, so comes down to the check down guy. Fura does, finds T.C. Wright. Bad right hand, but he was able to hold on to the football. T.C. Wright has a bruised right hand. He's wearing a glove on it, and you can see the glove. He's got a pad on top of that to protect him. Good catch by Wright.
And a first down at the 31. Movement on the left side of the Amsterdam line. Kevin Farkas, the left tackle, either jumped or...
No, he moved. That'll be a false start against Farkas.
T.C. Wright, huge against London a couple of weeks ago. There is the call against Kevin Farkas.
One thing Bob Zeman, the defensive coordinator for London, told us is he wants that front 4 defensive linemen to be able to control this guy, T.C. Wright. If those 4 guys can do it, then the other 7 guys can concentrate on pass coverage and make it a lot easier for them to play defense. And so far, that front 4 has contained Wright on the running game.
Wright is out of there. Trevor Cobb from the Chiefs is in on first down and 15. Cobb gets the call, runs into Jerry Drake. In fact, Fuhrer still got it. They faked to Cobb. Now they've got Cobb, and Cobb is dropped at the original line of scrimmage by Kevin Gaines. They tried to fake and picked up 5 yards.
You know, I said there's a penalty in the backfield. But we'll see a great fake here. Watch left side of screen, 99. He pulls him down. Doesn't have the ball, but Drake does a good job coming back to try and pick it off. Cobb continues up in.
Holding. Offense number 73. 10-yard.
That's against Willie Williams, the right guard. So 2 penalties against this Amsterdam offensive line in consecutive plays.
The one thing London wanted to find out if last week it was them playing well or if it's Frankfurt who has had some problems just playing poorly. And right now it looks like London was actually playing pretty well last week.
1st and 25. Trevor Cobb still in. Greg Black still in, number 74 on the defensive line for London. And Fuhrer falls over and still manages to get up. And gets back to about the 20-yard line. Will pick up about 3 yards, but that could have been a disaster. Looked like Sean Crocker came in on the stop after 3, but that could have been so much worse. Fuhrer had enough time to get up.
Often when you see the quarterback go down, one of his offensive linemen will have stepped on his foot as he is trying to back up. But I'll tell you, Fuhrer did a nice job recovering from that, because that could have been an 8-10-yard loss.
Well, there's no question you have to try and shake up Will Fuhrer, otherwise he'll tear you to pieces. And this defensive front is giving him a tough time at the moment. Horace Morris, the pass-rushing specialist in the game for London, on 2nd down on a bunch. And Fuhrer in trouble again. A fumble.
I'll tell you, this front 4 for London is having the game of their life right now. Just concentrate on this front 4. See a little bobble of the football that time. So maybe Will Fuhrer is a little shaken up. He falls down on the previous one, does not get the ball cleanly from the center on that play. And now what do you call 3rd and 25? What do you call?
3rd on a bunch, 3rd on a stack.
What you're really trying to do is just get some of your yardage back, punt the football, let your defense take over.
They got a long way to go, the Admirals. This has been a bad series for them. They go on the ground to Trevor Cobb, who doesn't get a lot. Will pick up maybe 2 or 3. Rick Newbill was there on the stop, and that was impressive from London.
Keep an eye on Newbill, the center. He's got to take the draw. See him react to the draw. The center's going to come down and try and take him, but he fights it off and makes the play. He's kind of like a spy in this defense. 94 Newbill. He'll stay in and just mirror the running back. Good job.
So back comes Adam Vinatieri from South Dakota State. Gets off a good kick. Even Dave Jennings was impressed with that. McIntyre calls fair catch at the 20. There's nothing you can do with one of those.
You know, that is really an illegal fair catch signal, because he gave a very poor signal, and that's an invalid signal. Should have been a penalty.
No score here at White Hart Lane. 4:45 to go. First quarter. We'll be back.
No score in the game yet, but Bill, when we look at the wide receivers for Amsterdam, what is the reason why they're out so wide?
Well, the reason they're spreading the defense. They have to take their corners and match up with their wide receivers and spread out the defense across the field, trying to create seams, but it's not working for them at all because the offensive line isn't getting a pass protection up front. And Will Fuhrer's back there trying to find an opening, but doesn't have time.
Okay, now continuing on that, looking at the backfield, is it better in that situation with the receivers being spread wide to play man-to-man or zone defense?
In the defensive backfield, what they will do is depend on who they think they're going to and what happens with the motion one side or the other. And what you want to try to do is to isolate your best man on man and zone to the parts where you don't have your best players. So in other words, you want Philip Bobo coming through the zone, or you want to double him and zone the rest. They'll mix it up because you don't want to be predictable on that.
All right, now you have the Refrigerator who has come out playing hard. Does that spur the defense on?
Big Fridge is playing tough defense, and you know, London defense has really impressed me thus far. They're out here ready to play. You know, these guys are on a mission, it seems today. They're keeping them pinned down in their territory. What that's eventually going to create is field position.
All right, now I'm looking at the defensive linemen and the offensive linemen. which one of them have the worst bodies?
Well, when you got the Fridge on one side of the line, it's automatic. You know, you got it done. And one of the things, when Fridge is there and Fridge is fired up, and everybody's saying he's just there, publicity stunt, that kind of stuff. When he's out there putting out like that, everybody else follows along and sees that too. And the tough part for Amsterdam, you saw Will Fuhrer have the problems with the snap. Their center's out. Mario Cristobal, who's not a center by trade, is having to play center now. And that could be a big problem. They've already got Willie Williams, who's a tight end or a tackle, but not a guard, playing at guard. So their offensive line could have a lot of trouble with London's defensive line.
So should we look at the Monarchs with Vincent running a lot more, or do we continue to look at the long passes?
Well, you know, I think they're in a situation right now where they can get the running game going. They're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. You know, their first possession, they ran the ball, and they were successful doing it. And on the other side, defensively, they're controlling Amsterdam's offense. So as long as they're doing this, let the linemen play and let them go run the ball.
Defenses all the way here early in this game between London and Amsterdam.
All right, now here's what I was talking about, Nick. Pay attention. Watch McIntyre give an invalid fair catch signal, bottom right of your screen. See him just stick the hand. You've got to stick your hand up, wave it back and forth to show you want a fair catch. So that's an invalid signal. They got away with it.
Tony Vincent gets the pitch back, looks for blockers, doesn't get a lot, will pick up maybe a yard. Rico Mack was there, number 55, helping string Vincent along.
One thing that London did very well last week, they were very good on first down, getting 5-6 yards a crack. They've done it early here. This is the first down. They have not gained anything, so it's a positive play for the Amsterdam defense.
Preston Jones is 0 of 3 with an interception to his name so far, the London quarterback. Gaston Green checks into the lineup. Jones finds Gaston Green, who can't hang on and really should have done a little bit better with that. Robert O'Neill was in coverage, but that a catchable ball.
Keep an eye on the left side of your screen. You're going to see Franklin come in. Now watch the center do a nice job, come over and cut him. That's a beautiful job by Mark Lamb, the center, because Franklin came in, and that's a blitz pickup, which you have to do. So Franklin came, and Mark Lamb did a great job picking him up. So good job by the London offensive line, but it was incomplete.
Green in the slot. Ed Howard, wide left. Lindsey Collins, wide right. On 3rd and long, pressure comes. Jones looks for Howard, and it's broken up, but a flag comes in. Kelly Sims was there, 2 flags in. In fact, there was a lot of contact and bumping and banging.
Defensive pass interference against Sims. He was in good position, man. He's not happy. Luganville down there, not happy, but an excellent call. See, clearly, you'll see Titley left. Look at Luganville. He's not happy at all. Okay, left side of your screen. You're going to see Sims kind of back in. I believe that's Howard, 85. See him back in, back in.
Interference.
Can't get much clearer than that.
46. First down.
Well, Al Luganville and the Amsterdam Admirals are the masters of overcoming adversity, and sometimes they have to manufacture that adversity, because there was nothing wrong with that call.
You know, if you want to know what pass interference is, get the rule book out. It's about 18 paragraphs. But basically, if you interfere with the guy, it's interference.
And it gives London a first down inside Amsterdam's 40-yard line. The draw play, Vincent runs into trouble after a couple, getting hit by Pascal Davis just past the line of scrimmage, and they're tightening up on Vincent, this Amsterdam defensive front. Well, Tony Vincent, they need to watch. He didn't do much against Amsterdam 2 weeks ago, but last week against Frankfurt, he was explosive.
You know, one thing that Lionel Taylor talked about last week was how he said, offensive line, I want you to be more physical, come off the ball, none of this finesse stuff. And it certainly worked last week. Talking to Vincent this past week, first thing he said, the offensive line did a great job.
2nd down and long. Howard still wide left. Lindsey Collins wide right. Gaston Green in the slot. Jones throws it away, and Howard was in that area. And that brings up a 3rd down for an offense that is just struggling a little bit to establish its rhythm.
I have a feeling as we look at this game, just first quarter, this is going to be a struggling game for both teams. They're both fired up. They both don't like each other. Very physical. We've seen some skirmishes so far.
Let's go!
Last year in Amsterdam, Lionel Taylor and Al Luganville got into it, and there was a bench-clearing brawl as well. Jones, 3rd down, takes a deep drop, has a lot of time, looks for Lindsey Collins, and can't quite get it, has he?
No, he dropped it. He had it right in his hands.
It was there, and Jay Phillips was there, but he couldn't hang on.
Well, let's see if he drops it or if Phillips comes over. Straight drop back by Preston Jones, and he's going for Collins right side. They double team Titley in the middle. You can see that 82, but here it is. He's got his man beat. He has the ball in his hands. No, it was a good defensive play.
Credit Jay Phillips for that one.
And now Amsterdam has to call a timeout. They only had 10 guys on the field.
Timeout. Amsterdam.
Which,
it's the first team timeout.
See, Howe came on late, number 75. He thought somebody else was going on. No need to call a timeout there because you're not going to get a return here. So
Well, these two teams battling to make the World Bowl. The Scottish Claymores are there. Who will host them? Amsterdam, with 3 wins on the trot, are the hot team at the moment, but London born again after that win against Frankfurt. And that second spot, the question mark there, is still wide open.
I think the team that wins this game will end up going to the World Bowl. It's going to be the team with the second best record because Scotland is probably going to have the best overall record. They're 6-1 right now, playing very well.
And interesting to see, offensively, London looking to try and test those cornerbacks of Amsterdam. It hasn't paid off yet, but they've gone for a lot of long throws. Hunter, his own 10-yard line.
You know, one thing Texas ought to start doing is start kicking towards the sideline because he can't kick it up and hang it inside the 10. And that's just helping Amsterdam.
Well, this is the third game of the weekend. The first game was the Rhine Fire against the Barcelona Dragons, and it was another tight affair, this one. Kevin Knox picking up the first touchdown of the game for the Rhine Fire, who really have been tough all season. Then the Claymores against the Galaxy, it was the last second 46-yard field goal from Paul McCallum that won it, 2017. That was a thriller. Back here, the third game of the weekend. And still nothing doing on the ground for Amsterdam. Trevor Cobb running into a brick wall. Blaine Berger was there. Greg Black was there. Berger with a few points to prove today against the team that cut him. There's confirmation of those two scores. The Rhine Fire improving to 2-5. Barcelona slumping at the moment. No stopping the Claymores. And a loss of a yard on the carry to Trevor Cobb.
No, T.C. Wright's still out. He's being stretched on the sideline right now. I haven't seen him for a while.
Cobb still in the backfield, 2nd and 11. Fura gets pressure from Greg Black, but gets it off. Rick Newbill is there on the stop. David Jones eventually hammered to the ground. Interesting. I was going to say, it's interesting.
Well, there's T.C. Wright. See how they had been stretching him? He came out on 2 series ago, and
he's been hit twice by the fridge. You need to be stretched out when the fridge has hit you. 3rd down and 5, a pickup of 6 on the pass to David Jones.
I'll run out of time here. It's down to 5 seconds on the play clock.
Cobb still in the backfield. They just get it off. Fura with a lot of time, looks for Bino Bryant, and broken up. Sean Crocker got back in coverage and had to be there.
Well, the Admirals do a real good job picking up the blitz. You'll see the 2 safeties, 24, and there's Newbill, 94, coming inside, but it's picked up beautifully. Good job by the Admirals, but excellent defense here. Gets in the way, an incomplete pass. And we got ourselves a pretty good defensive game right here, folks.
This is an excellent game. Intense, uncompromising. And Adam Vinatieri, who ripped off a beauty last time, doesn't quite follow suit. That's a wobbler, which Kenny McIntyre fields at the 30, gets past the first guy and takes it out to about the 38-yard line. So London working field position once again, but offense is having a tough time against 2 very fired-up defenses today. Well, the Claymores have booked their place in the World Bowl by winning the first half of the season. The team with the best overall record will join the Claymores, or the team with the best second best record if it is the Claymores. And as Dave said, the winner here really puts themselves in with a good chance of chasing Frankfurt.
Frankfurt, Barcelona not playing well right now. They're dropping down. These teams pulling themselves up.
First down. Willie Hinchcliffe is wide right. the New Zealand speedster. Ed Howard is wide left. On the ground to Tony Vincent, who waits for his blockers and gets past the 40-yard line to about the 42 before he's eventually stopped by Rico Mack, the middle linebacker, and that will just about do it for the first quarter. It's been defenses all the way, with a result that it's no score here at White Hart Lane. Nothing doing between Amsterdam and London. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a couple of moments.
Face it, no other razor shaves closer or with more comfort than Gillette Sensor XL. Soft microfins that protect your skin and individually spring-mounted twin blades that adjust to your face. No other razor feels more comfortable during your shave or leaves your face smoother after. Gillette Sensor XL. And try new Pacific Light Shave Gel. There's no better shave gel. Gillette, the best a man can get.
The privilege.
We've had the privilege.
If you're paying over £300 for motor insurance, it's time you had the privilege. You could save £150 or more on cover that comes with a host of benefits. Call Privilege on 0990 700 700 and see how much you could save. Isn't it time you had the privilege?
Scoreless first quarter, but we sure will pick up. Bill, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, you know, London thus far hasn't taken advantage of the opportunities they've had with field position. You know, they've had the short field because Amsterdam's been backed up and had to punt. So they're getting the ball at about the 40-yard line. They should be able to take it in, and they haven't been able to do that. On the other side of it, Amsterdam, they're trying to go for large chunks of yardage at one time, and, you know, that's messing them up. They need to slow it down and take the short passes 5 or 6 yards and march their way down the field.
You saw Amsterdam come out, and they spread the field out, and their first pass come back to Philip Bobo, just short, trying to take the chunks of yardage. Then they went off it. They started throwing the ball long. London's been doing the same thing. They run the ball at Tony Vincent, they run the ball at Tony Vincent, then they're throwing it long, but they're not getting that intermediate stuff to the wide receivers.
All right, let's go back to the stadium.
Here at White Hart Lane, we've got quite a ball game brewing up. London and Amsterdam, two teams that just don't get along. And it's been smash-mouth football through a scoreless first quarter. Nick Halling and Dave Jennings here at White Hart Lane. Dave, is this the kind of game you expected?
Well, you look right here, Tony Vincent, he expected it. He just took himself out because he got the wind knocked out of him, so expect to see him back in shortly.
Second down and around 6 to go for the Monarchs. Preston Jones looking to complete his first pass. Does so to Russell White, who's got a first down and more. Gets a block from Ed Howard down inside the 30 to the 27. Kelly Sims eventually on the stop, but a good block downfield from Ed Howard.
Russell White lines up in the slot. He's outside of Michael Titley, the right end, left side of your screen. You see Titley coming down, clearing it out, and then Russell White going right behind him. There he is. See Russell White coming behind Titley. He gets by his man. That's Robert O'Neill. Now there's some running. Look at that block you're talking about by Ed Howard.
Vincent back in the game after being winded, and it's Vincent that gets the call on the draw play up the middle. A lot of room for Vincent, still on his feet inside the 15 to about the 12. Straight through the guts, Robert O'Neill on the stop.
Offensive line opening up a nice hole for Vincent, who comes back in the ball game. Watch the offensive line blow him off, and then here he comes. Keeps those legs moving. Again, a first down play, gets positive yardage for first down. He's just off to the races, and O'Neill pulls him down inside the 15-yard line.
You see Robert O'Neill was looking to strip the ball there as well, but Vincent hung on. Vincent gets it again, doesn't quite get a lot as much this time. Keith Franklin, number 54, was the first guy there. But another 2 or 3 yards from the man from the Atlanta Falcons.
You know, on those runs like that, when I was a player, you'd hear the cheers come from the end zones first because they'd see the hole open up. And then when he'd get through the line, you'd hear the cheers coming from the sideline because then they'd see the successful runs. It was like a bang-bang play from the crowd.
And for the first time in the ball game, one of these offenses is threatening. London at the 10-yard line of Amsterdam. Willie Hinchcliffe is wide right, Ed Howard wide left. Hinchcliffe goes in motion. Jones flags comes in. Vincent, with some room in front of him, gets down to around the 6, but there are flags.
And that flag was thrown where Titley may have collided with Rico Mack, the linebacker. It could be offensive pass interference.
It's gone against Amsterdam.
He's offside. And they should accept the penalty. And you notice on that play, they had 2 backs in the backfield, first time today for London. See what Walt Coleman has to say.
Defense, number 54.
That is Keith Franklin.
To the goal, still second down.
Second down, that's a big penalty against Amsterdam.
Well, they'll take the 4 or 5 yards. It could be half the distance.
And remember, they don't need a touchdown here. They can get a first down without a touchdown. That gives them second and short at about the
5-yard line.
5-yard line, 6-yard line perhaps.
Keep in mind that end zone back there, it's a full 10 yards, but as you see towards the back, and I don't know if you can really see it here, but it goes down a full foot. So the back of the end zone a little dangerous here at White Hart Lane.
Russell White and Gaston Green are both in the backfield, from where they put a lot of passes out of the backfield. On this occasion, Gaston Green tries to go through the middle. Nothing doing, says the Amsterdam front 7. Confirmation of what David was talking about, the ground rules. 94-yard field here with 10-yard end zones.
Which means midfield is what?
The 47-yard
line. Now, regulation 10-yard end zones, but again, the back of the end zone goes down a good foot. It's like foul territory in baseball, the way that goes down. So you get a guy running across the back of the end zone. The quarterback has to throw it down about a foot just to be even with him. See, the right side, you can see how it goes down where that official is standing. He's down about a foot from the rest of the guys. And they were going to run out of time, so London had to call a timeout.
That's our first team timeout.
Well, a third down at the 5-yard line. Remember, they don't need a touchdown for a first down, but if London, you feel if London can get ahead by 7 points here, it really would give them the driving seat for the rest of the game.
Well, what they've done defensively, they've pretty much stopped the running game, which was a big key, and what Bob Zeman, the defense coordinator, talked about. If they can stop the running game, it makes our ability to play the pass so much better. They can be more aggressive rushing the passer.
40-second timeout.
But I'll tell you, they don't need a field. They don't want a field goal here. They want a touchdown, because field goals probably will not beat Amsterdam.
Well, this is such an important game for London, but every game for the London Monarchs for the rest of the season is vital. They can't afford to lose another one. Next week they're in Barcelona. Amsterdam host Scotland, who are World Bowl bound, and Frankfurt Galaxy and the Rhine Fire are involved in a little German hostility.
You know, if Amsterdam wins this game, they'll be tied with Frankfurt at 4-3. If London wins this game, they'll be 3-4, 1 game behind Frankfurt. So as you've been saying, we've been saying, big game for both teams today.
You mentioned the running game of Amsterdam, Dave. T.C. Wright, 3 carries, -2 yards. Third down, London. Jones looks, can't quite find his man. Kelly Sims was in coverage, but it was incomplete. Ed Howard, the intended receiver.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Sims in excellent coverage here, right side of your screen. You're going to see Howard, a little play fake there. And as he gets towards the back of the end zone, it makes it very difficult. Just overthrows him just a bit. But good job by Kelly Sims that time. Jones thought he had it. Now here, field goal attempt by Roger Ruzek. And this is something I think they don't really want to settle for, but they have to in this case.
22 yards. Ruzek not automatic by any means. A very patchy season. And there's problems once again. Now Sonny Fexico's got to try and do something with it. And the ball is still loose, and this could be big trouble for London. But they've managed to... No, it's still loose, and this is going to be 2 points if they can take it all away. The ball's still loose.
Now that's a fumble on 4th down, so it's got to come back to where Kelly Sims fumbled it. That's a 4th down fumble. They've got to bring it back a couple of yards, see if they pick that up.
Well, Amsterdam are going to get the ball. Cree Morris was in there as the holder, but London's kicking woes continue. What an opportunity to go on top.
Now Coleman's saying the ball is London's ball. But that can't be. But they've got to bring it back to the point of the fumble, because it's a 4th down fumble by Sims, and the rule states 4th down fumble cannot be advanced by anybody else on the recovering team. They've got to bring it back. And they're talking about possibly change of possession here, but they've got to bring. They're saying it's London's ball.
Well, everybody's on the field. London have got a break, and Walt Coleman will have to explain what's going on.
Then they fumbled, so the offense gets the ball back, first down.
What a break for London.
What they're saying is Amsterdam had possession, and they lost possession. Here you see the fumble snap by the quarterback, Morris. And he tries to run, loses the ball here. Now gets kicked around. That's not illegal. That's inadvertent kicking. Tries to pick it up here. Now it gets batted around. Here's Sims coming now. He thinks he's off to the races. Now they're saying it's Amsterdam's ball. He fumbles, hit by Titley.
Mike Titley, the man that came in there. That would have been a touchdown if that had gone all the way. Titley saved a touchdown and forced a fumble. And London get a big break. Willie Hinchcliffe, wide right. Ed Howard, wide left. Vincent in the backfield. Russell White in the slot. Preston Jones goes upstairs, looks for Hinchcliffe.
Got to throw the flag. Got to throw the flag on Hinchcliffe.
Hinchcliffe just shoved Tommy Jones over.
Jones had excellent defensive coverage. Hinchcliffe pushed him. Got to be a penalty against London. Has to be.
Well, this is something in Willie Hinchcliffe's game. Remember, this is a guy that's converting from track. He will draw offensive interference flags simply because of his enthusiasm to get involved and try and make the play.
See, Jones, knowing of Hinchcliffe's speed, just played him deep. Hinchcliffe shaking his head, but he pushed him with his hand. You could see him.
Interference, offense, number 83, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
That's repeat first down, folks. Okay, right side, left side of your screen, going deep, trying to make something happen after the turnover. And watch Hinchcliffe. See, he just pushes him right there. I mean,
first down.
It's another one of those flags you just can't argue with, isn't it?
No.
You saw Kelly Sims earlier. No complaint on that one either. So that's 1st and 20, but interesting that London are still trying to test them deep. But Preston Jones yet to complete a pass. 8 attempts.
At least to his team.
Yeah, 1 interception, 8 attempts, no completions. 1st and 20, a passing down. Jones gets it over the middle. Russell White grabbed it and couldn't hang on to it, and he was hit by Rico Mack, the middle linebacker anyway. Worth saying in defense of both these teams that it has rained, and it's very slippery and greasy out there.
You making excuses?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
It's a difficult ball to control.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well,
they bring in dry footballs every down. It's not really that wet out there. It hasn't rained a whole lot. You're supposed to catch on to the football. Let's go now.
Well, you're playing.
This isn't cricket.
You're a hard man, Dave Jennings. That's all I'm going to say. Hinchcliffe, wide right. Howard, wide left. Jones gives it to Vincent on the draw play. Vincent runs into his own man, runs into trouble. We'll pick up around 3. Bobby Hamilton in on the stop. Gary Howe filling a huge hole there.
Now, Howe's not going to get a lot of credit here because he basically, he's not in on the tackle. Right side of your screen, watch him just stand up his man. He's going to stay there. He goes down, but now Vincent has no place to run.
So that brings up 3rd down on a bunch. You see Troy Ridgely involved in the play there, the former Scottish Claymores. Been signed up by this Amsterdam hit squad. 3rd and long. Pressure comes from Mike Evans, and Jones is hit and sacked. And that's a big one. A flag comes in. Bobby Hamilton in on the sack, and a flag came in late.
It's probably going to be offensive holding because Hanna just flew around Lundberg on the left side, forcing Jones up.
Personal foul on the defense, number 98.
And that's Bobby Hamilton.
15 yards and first down.
And that's a ridiculous penalty, that is.
That is a stupid penalty because it was 3rd down. You get the ball back. This is like a turnover right here by Amsterdam. See Hanna get by Lundberg, so he forces him up. Now watch Hamilton come in. Oh, see now he pushes him down. That's stupid. That's just a stupid play right there because that's a turnover because they would have had to punt the football. And because of the penalty, they don't get the football. So, I mean, it won't get credited as a turnover, but it's a stupid play by Hamilton. It cost him the ball right there. And let's see if London can do something now.
That's another break for the London Monarchs. And that Amsterdam defense has been on the field a long time with this drive. Vincent, the ball carrier. Vincent looking to turn the corner, has some room, gets a 1st down. He's pushed out of bounds. Rico Mack was there, but he was eventually pushed out of bounds by Torrey Hunter.
Well, keep an eye right side of your screen, and number 1, Russell White. Number 1, you're going to see him come into your screen, blocking downfield. See him block right there on 58? That's a heck of a block. That's Davis, a linebacker, and Russell White, the running back. I mean, that's a heck of a block by White.
And the ball is at midfield. And if London get any points off this drive, Bobby Hamilton owes his teammates one. On the ground again, Vinson in trouble, dropped for a loss. The hit coming in from Pascal Davis again. We're calling his number a lot. They'll lose a yard on the play. Will bring up a second down from the London 46-yard line. This drive of the Monarchs seems to have been going on forever. So much at stake for both these two teams. London have to win to keep their World Bowl hopes alive. And a loss would seriously dent Amsterdam's hopes as well. They fake the handoff. Jones goes upstairs, looks for Russell White, and it's picked off straight into the hands of Jay Phillips. A second interception from Preston Jones, and Phillips was the only man there, but there's a flag down.
Flag right by Hamilton also, but...
And Edwin Howard is still down on the field where the interception was made for London, and that one is going against the Monarchs.
So Hamilton's play earlier doesn't hurt. There you can see Howard. You know, Preston Jones that time, he threw that ball backing up, and that's a tough thing to do as a quarterback.
Holding, offense, number 78. Penalty is declined. First down.
And that would be Everett McIver going against Hamilton, so...
8:55 left. First half, we await the first score. Monarchs and Admirals tied up at nothing.
A war rages in this city. It is the war against crime.
Don't touch anything.
And the Australian Federal Police are losing.
You're taking it too personally.
That's the way I do things.
The Feds, a new drama series starting Sunday at 9 on Sky One.
New from Link Skin System. A daily moisturizer for men. Because life can be tough on your skin. Use it after shaving and help protect your face. Link System Moisturizer, the art of skin defense.
US patented Splitfire doesn't look like any other spark plug. The split electrode in the Power V design creates a powerful spark, giving superb combustion. You'll feel the power and appreciate the mileage or your money back. Now available at Motor World, Charlie Brown's and all good motor accessory stores.
We're always watching fuel prices in every neighborhood. So you never have to. SO Price Watch. Seeing is believing.
Welcome back. Fellas, this game seems to be marred by turnovers, bad plays. I mean, one that really stands out is that the missed field goal to put the Monarchs up 3-0.
And we had almost everything on that one play. You see, the snap was okay.
We had everything but the music. Do we get music along with this, Barnum and Bailey?
Cree Morris actually goes with the snap with his hands, so the ball falls out. Then it's let's play a little soccer here. It gets kicked once, gets kicked a second time, and then Kelly Sims, he scored 3 touchdowns, so he's seeing 6 points in front of him. He's not protecting the ball, though. Titley makes a tackle. McIver comes over and gets it, and because Kelly Sims had possession of the ball, when Everett McIver recovers it, it becomes London's ball, first down, so all they've done is lost 40 yards out of the whole thing.
Welcome back to White Hart Lane in London. Nick Halling along with Dave Jennings. Defense is dominating. No score. Plenty of turnovers. No points. 8:55 left. First half. Will Fura at the controls for Amsterdam. London's defense uncompromising so far. Jeff Hunter got an early jump there. A flag comes in. Hunter evades the pressure. Horace Morris is after Fura and gets him loose ball. But the flag went down, and Hunter certainly moved early.
Yeah, Hunter offside, so they'll bring that back. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5 for the Admirals.
That'll take the sting out of Horace Morris's dance. There's confirmation of the offsides. Hunter certainly got the jump.
Offsides, defense, number 75, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Hunter wears number 75 for the London Monarchs, and he's left side of your screen. He can't jump across before the ball is snapped. See, the ball is still stationary. He moves. He's in that neutral zone, which is the width of the ball from sideline to sideline. He can't be in there. The only guy that can be is the offensive center. Therefore, it's a 5-yard penalty.
So a big play defensively becomes a break for Amsterdam, and a nice 1st and 5. Trevor Cobb still in the backfield. TC Wright still not in the game. We'll try and get some news on him. They go upstairs. They've got a 1st down. And a pickup of around 14 yards there for the Amsterdam Admirals, and a 1st down, and more pushing and shoving over there. Looks like it's down Chandler.
You see, after he got tackled, he threw the ball at the defender, and the official came right in. That could have been a penalty. So there's a little chippiness out there.
And these teams really need to keep a grip. So Bobby Hamilton get the penalty against him for a push on Preston Jones. It seems Amsterdam certainly guilty of a few little pushes and shoves. 1st down from the 35-yard line. Rick Newville steps up to the line of scrimmage, then drops. Fura with good protection, looks for Dedrick Smith, who picks up around 9 yards. Kevin Gaines in on the coverage, but Smith holding on.
Well, a real nice catch by Smith, because Gaines was right there, went down low. Smith, the slot receiver, smaller guy, which normally your slot guys are. Now you see little sidearm, gets it by 92, goes down underneath, gets it nicely. Good job by Smith. Lane Berger was in there, but a sidearm toss by Fura.
2nd and short. And it's this kind of down that Fura can be so dangerous. Bobo split wide left with Mark Montroy on him. They go on the ground for Trevor Cobb, who's got a hole and falls forward to about the 42-yard line. Eventually stopped by Greg Black.
You know, when we started this ball game, we said TC Wright had the big game 2 weeks ago. Haven't seen him for a while now.
Well, the last time we saw TC, he was on the sideline getting treatment.
He doesn't even have his helmet on. He's just on the sideline walking up and down.
Meeting the fridge twice in about 3 plays will do that to you. 1st and 10 from London's 43. Newville steps up. Shows blitz, and this time Newville comes. Fura goes down. Newville showed blitz before. This time he came. Joey Drake came with him.
See, the running back came up to pick up one guy. Couldn't do it. Newville just shot the gap. Just keep an eye. 94 in blue. That's Newville. Right in the center. Shoots the gap. Williams comes over, tries to pick him up. See, the running back had to come over here and get Drake, 99. But Williams could not do the job. And Newville, nice job in the backfield.
Well, it was a long time coming for Rick Newville, but that's his 1st sack of the year. Coming to this game with 34 tackles, but that's his 1st drop for a loss, and brings up 2nd and long. Fura with a swing pass. And not a lot doing, although he's still on his feet. Good second effort, but paid the price. Darren Chandler.
See, that's that college play that they use, because in college, this is a rule that they use in the World League. The offensive lineman can release downfield on a pass behind the line of scrimmage. So that's a screen to the wide receiver, and you see the offensive lineman will release downfield.
And on 3rd and long, Horace Morris, the pass rusher, checks in for London. Jeff Hunter comes out of the lineup. Amsterdam looking to keep this drive alive and open their account with less than 6 minutes to go. 1st half. Movement on the line for London. No flags come in. Fura with a deep drop. In trouble. Flush hit. Horace Morris with a sack. He had 3 last year. Make that 5 for the season.
And credit the defensive secondary with that sack, because there wasn't a lot of pressure initially. Fura was able to step up and look, but he couldn't find anybody, and Morris comes in with his sack. See, Morris will come in right side of your screen while he gets buried, actually. Now look how much time that Fura has. There's nobody around him. Nobody around him, but he can't find anybody. Steps up, and there's Morris for the sack.
The last guy you want to see in that situation. So Adam Vinatieri once again. Kenny McIntyre, deep, shallow kick from Vinatieri. And it'll be down at the 19-yard line. 5:07 left. 1st Carr, we still await the first points of the game, but it's far from dull. Defense is running the show here at White Hart Lane. We're going to take a break. It's London and Amsterdam, no score. We'll be back.
Tough defensive game. When I look at the Amsterdam Admirals early in the game, I thought they were doing an excellent job of picking up the blitzes, but that has seemed to slip lately.
They actually pick up the blitz this time, and if you run on the first side, watch the right tackle for Amsterdam, because Jerry Kraft sees the blitz coming, and he signals to the back that the blitz is coming, and Cobb's going to stay in and block. But what happens is Willie Williams gets beat on the
we have
blitz.
that on the replay.
Their offensive line for Amsterdam has been their problems. Willie Williams came to the team as a tight end. Then he went to tackle. Now he's playing guard. Mario Cristobal's in at center because Don Willis got hurt. So that's their whole problem. That's why they can't get the things going.
Up the top of the screen, the right tackle sees that the blitz is coming, and he waves his left hand.
Right tackle's number what?
There he is. See his hand? He's telling Trevor Cobb that they're coming. But you see Willie Williams? Newbill's right around him.
That's been the problem with their offensive line. They can't get a running game going because the guys up there can't get things together.
So is it because of the skills or because of the aggressiveness of the London Monarchs?
Well, you know, they haven't been playing together as a unit. You can see right here, see Willie Williams, number 73, he misses his block. He hasn't been used to playing at guard. He like I said, he came to the team as a tight end. So that's some of their problems. But there is a lot of mistakes out there being made.
And we talked to Willie about this in Amsterdam last week, and we'll be showing it, I think, next week. But Willie said the toughest thing is just that first step. The first step of the block is the one, because it's completely different for a guard than it is for a tackle. That sideways step filling behind the center is his toughest one to do when the rusher's coming straight through.
And the Monarchs defense continues to be outstanding, but the offense still lets them down.
Yeah, you know, they're playing some good defense, but overall, both teams are creating way too many penalties. And I think the team that settles down first and stops trying to go out and hurt the other team or gain revenge or hit somebody in the mouth and goes with their game plan is going to come out of this game a winner.
Where did all this aggro come from? 2 weeks ago, these two teams played. None of this happened. Where did it all come from today?
The London's improved game is putting the pressure on the Admirals, and that's what the injuries are making the Admirals be a bit chaotic.
2 weeks ago, T.C. Wright burned London for over 300 all-purpose yards. Today, he has -2 on 3 carries, and he's hardly been in the game for the last quarter or so.
He has a bruised chest and is probably affecting his breathing, and I don't know if he'll get better for later in this game.
Tony Vincent in the backfield for London with just over 5 minutes remaining first half. Vincent tries to explode through the hole, but the gap closed quickly. Robert O'Neill eventually coming up and making the stop.
Well, you get 5 yards on first down, and that's a positive play for the offense. I think London's taking them a little bit out of their game plan.
From Ace, let's go Ace open, toss 38.
Of course, this is Admirals on defense. That running game is going well for the London Monarchs. 5 yards on first down.
Second down at the 25-yard line. They pitch it back to Vincent, who cuts back and will pick up close to first down yardage. We're just a yard short. Pascal Davis in on the stop along with Jim Hanna. Troy Ridgely, I think, the former Scottish Claymore, tripping Vincent up. That'll be third and not much. Tony Vincent, huge last week, having a pretty decent afternoon here as well. Vincent is
5 yards a carry.
Yeah, and he is the key to this revamped London offense, which has been so bad all season. Larry Wallace in the game, wide left for the first time. Vincent gets the carry, gets the first down, gets past tacklers. Loads of running room. It's a foot race now. He gets blockers. Vincent still on his feet, down to the 20. What an effort from Vincent. Torrey Hunter eventually stopped him. A huge play for the Monarchs.
Boy, third and short, you don't expect a hole like that because they had their 3 linebackers up there. Look at the right side. Lundberg just caves down his man, completely caves him down. Howell misses the tackle, and now it's off downfield. Hinchcliffe with a block. Right there. Boy, Lundberg, right tackle, 71. You'll see him cave down 97. Nice job. Now Vincent's off. He was...
Timeout.
And a timeout called on the field.
London. That's
London
their second
take their
team
timeout.
40-second timeout.
That's their second, but Tony Vincent closing in on 100 yards in the first half against an Amsterdam defense that doesn't give up a lot on the ground.
They don't give... They have the worst defense yardage-wise, but most of that is passing yards. rushing their second. But one of the reasons why they're good rush defense is because everybody passes against them. So it's a little misleading stat. And this week, Vincent continuing to do what he did last week. And you got to give credit to that offensive line. Talking to him this week, talking to Lionel Taylor, talking to Preston Jones, talking to Tony Vincent, they all, first thing they said, offensive line is what was the big difference.
Well, as I've said so many times, the Monarchs have to win this one. They can't drop to 2 and 5 if they want to stay alive. But 3 and 4 makes things very interesting in that race for the second spot.
Right, because you're not looking at the Claymores, you're looking at Frankfurt. They're the team everybody's trying to catch. Frankfurt's lost 3 in a row after going 4-0. Luganville saying, what's going on here, folks?
Safety missed it. Well, where was the linebacker?
Vincent, 113 yards on 14 carries. Gaston Green in the backfield now. Green gets the pitch back and runs into his own man, but will pick up 3 or 4 yards and bring up about 2nd down and 6. Jim Hanna involved in the stop. Well, the Monarchs have been in the red zone with the Admirals before and came up empty when the snap was mishandled, so no shot at a field goal. And with the kicking problems they've had all season, the Monarchs really have to think end zone here.
You know, one player we haven't seen a lot of is Titley today, the tight end.
Gaston Green in the backfield, Russell White in the slot. Preston Jones swings it out. Gaston Green just gets flattened by Pascal Davis, who read it all the way, and Davis is having a very effective game at outside linebacker.
Now, 82 is Titley. The tight end lines up right side. Now, watch what happens here. He gets clamped. Linebacker there outside. Linebacker inside 55 Mac. He's just not open. And you saw Jones going back looking for him initially. Couldn't find him. So they know that he is a guy that Jones likes to go to, so they're going to take care of him. So far, they've shut him down.
Short 5 yards.
2-minute warning.
On the Gaston Green reception, and that is the 2-minute warning. No score here at White Hart Lane between London and Amsterdam. We're back after
this. Let's have a look in my dad's study.
Hey, I wonder what he's hooked up to.
Are you kidding? He'll go berserk.
The 1996 Car of the Year. 2 different cars built around one vision. Fiat Bravo 3-door hatchback, Fiat Brava 5-door fastback.
Let's take a closer look.
No, look, I'll do it. Wow. Imagine driving them.
You're not old enough to drive. Hey, a digital stereo.
Multi-valve engines.
Fiat Bravo, Fiat Brava. A choice, not a compromise.
Which should we get then?
There are many different ways to communicate, but usually the simplest are the most effective. So at Nokia, we make it as easy as possible for you. Nokia, connecting people.
We're at the 2-minute warning, and the London Monarchs are marching, but the guy of the half has to be Tony Vincent.
And what happened on that play, that big run, is 3 really good things. Chris Lundberg, the tackle, blocking on Mike Evans, and gets help from Russell White. Tony Vincent makes the right cut and then breaks tackles, and so he's gone.
And you know, thinking about it is, they're winning the game in the trenches. London is, offensively and defensively. 9 out of 10 times, if you win that battle, you'll win the game.
All right, now, London again, 3rd down situation. They rank last in the World League. What do they need to do in this series to get them a touchdown?
Make first downs would help them start with. They need to put the ball in the end zone. You don't want to get in the scoring zone down there inside the 20 and come away with a field goal. But their problem is, throughout the course of the season, is not only that can't they get a touchdown, they're missing field goals as well.
All right, they're winning. He said they're winning the battle of the trenches. Do they rush it and try to get it in?
Exactly. Not on 3rd and long now, but Tony Vincent, he can run. They block for him, he'll do the running.
Welcome back to White Hart Lane. 2 minutes left, first half. London with a big 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Looking to convert. Jones goes over the middle. Has he got a man? They're ruling it complete to Mike Titley, the tight end, who's come up with his first catch of the game. And what a big one.
4 receivers, 2 right, 2 to left, and he just went down the seam, and Jones found him. We just talked a few minutes ago how he wasn't getting free because he was getting double teamed. But Titley just going right down the seam for the big first down for the Monarchs.
Inside the 5-yard line. Minute and a half to go, first half. London looking to break this deadlock.
And Vincent has gone into the locker room, so Vincent not available here.
Gaston Green in the backfield, Russell White in the slot. The Monarchs, 3 yards to go. Gaston Green gets the pull, but can't do anything and will lose 3 or 4 yards. He was strung out all the way, and Robert O'Neill eventually came up and pushed him out of bounds.
Mike Evans, a defensive end, wears number 97 in white, did a nice job. You'll see him, top of your screen, see him beat the block. Doesn't make the play, but forces Green to go outside. O'Neill comes over. Again, keep an eye, 97. See him bottom of your screen right there. Beats the tight end, beats the tackle. Doesn't make the tackle, but forces Green to have to take a little more time, and they actually lose a couple of yards.
They lose a lot, all the way back to the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Preston Jones looks. Almost a touchdown. Willie Hinchcliffe tried to get a piece of it. Tommy Jones was there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and goal for London. These two teams, their defenses have tightened right up when they've had to.
And you have to believe Lionel Taylor doesn't want to settle for a field goal, because they've had all sorts of problems with their field goal game this year, and we saw it on their last one.
And that spreads like a contagion, doesn't it, once the nerves start jangling on special teams.
What do you think Roger Ruzek feels back there? He's wondering if it's going to be held properly.
3rd and goal. Hinchcliffe in motion. Jones looks, swings it out to Gaston Green, who's got work to do, and is stopped short. And that's going to be an interesting decision for Lionel Taylor.
Hinchcliffe going in motion, cleared things out. They're going to kick the field goal here, which I think they have to do. The crowd doesn't like it. You see Green, and it's just a matter of wills right here. Who's going to make it in? Puts the head down, gets hit by Mack, and then by O'Neill. Can't beat 2 guys, so Roger Ruzek going to set up for the field goal. Have a new holder, Fexico, not Cree Morris, the quarterback. Let's see what happens.
So they've had trouble with Fexico's holds as well. It's 20 yards. It really should be automatic, but no London kick is. But this one is, and the deadlock is broken at last with 26 seconds left in the first half. Well, we knew this one wasn't going to be for the faint-hearted, Dave. It's been physical and intense right from the very first play.
That's all right. That's all right. Come here. We missed 2. Let's go. Let's go. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Rico, come right off on this, okay? I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you.
See how Luke was saying good job to his players there.
Because they kept them out of the end zone.
Yeah.
Jake,
What about it?
I tell you, inside that Amsterdam 20-yard line is a tough place to be.
Let's get it over. We'll get it. Let's go.
Interesting, 2 different head coaches. One very active and very vociferous. The other one very quiet, contemplative.
Let's go. Good job. Just keep it going. Keep it going.
Now again, keep in mind, the Amsterdam Admirals have the best kick returner in the league. And Bino Bryant, he averages 22.8 in the league. They've got the best special teams in the league. So far, London has done a good job holding them down.
Trevor Cobb back there with him. Still no TC right on a squib kick, which will go to Trevor Cobb at about the 22-yard line. Cobb looking to turn the corner and can't get a lot. He's nailed at about the 27. And Amsterdam will have 21 seconds in which to try and move themselves into scoring position.
Smart play by London, saying we're going to squib it with this little time left. Give him the ball around the 25-30-yard line. Don't let Bino Bryant hurt us, and he didn't. Kind of interesting the way they've rushed this quarterback. See what Amsterdam does. They just fall on the ball. I expect they will try a couple of bombs here.
Will Fuhrer has certainly got the arm.
Now London has 4 down linemen, 1 linebacker, and 6 DBs.
It's pretty obvious what they're expecting. A.J. Jenkins in a defensive tackle for London. Fuhrer drops, has a lot of time. He's got Bino Bryant. who has running room and then slips on this turf. Mark Montroy just confirms the stop, but enough for a first down to the 40-yard line and a timeout. Amsterdam with 10 seconds remaining.
Timeout. Amsterdam, that's their second team timeout.
Well, it really would give the Admirals a psychological lift if they could go in on level terms.
Well, what they would like to do here is one of two things. They have time for 2 plays. Instead of going for the whole thing, they could have another play like that and try to get within field goal range, or just try 2 Hail Marys.
But here's what they're doing. What's happening is we're getting a safety here because of the defense we're playing. Wait a minute. No, we're not getting a safety. A thought that we may want to think about doing is go back to playing box to this side, okay, and playing delta over here or ice over here so that we can get both safeties in support on the run.
First down at the 40 for Amsterdam. Last few seconds of a tough first half. Horace Morris is after Fura, and Fura just has to get rid of it.
And that is not intentional grounding because he was out of the pocket and he threw the ball up to the line of scrimmage.
And that leaves 3 seconds. And this is where Will Fura's arm really will be tested.
And interesting, they put 3 wide receivers up on top away from Will Fura's left side. You'd think they put him down here, let him roll out and just heave it deep. So here I expect you'll see, that Big Ben play, the Hail Mary, whatever you want to call it. It's just 3 guys go deep. And always in this situation, when the ball is caught, it's usually someone around the pile, not somebody in the pile. Well, they're going to do 2 left and 2 right. He might just hand it off here.
And everybody back deep for London.
They ran out of time. 5-yard penalty.
Flag comes in.
Play clock went down to 0.
Delay. Offense. Still second down.
Well, what a fascinating first half this has been. Defense is on top. We had the botched snap on a field goal that ended up as an Amsterdam fumble and London getting the ball back.
And the team that's got the most points in the league this year is 0 points right now.
That's full marks for London's defense. Fura, with all the time he could possibly want, just puts it upstairs, looks for Dedrick Smith, and it's gone straight into the hands of Mark Montroy. That's his first interception of the season, and that ends what's been an absorbing first half. Just 3 points, but it's been tough, uncompromising stuff all the way. London on top of Amsterdam, 3-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
Football, a lot of pressure on them from both defensive lines, and you see here both have thrown 2 interceptions, although Fura is one of those, just a Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
Preston Jones, just 4 completions. Will Fura slightly better, and not much of a day to be a running back, although Tony Vincent got over 100 yards in the first half, but he's still getting treatment in the locker room. T.C. Wright for Amsterdam, he rushed 3 times for -2 yards, then took a knock, and he's come out for the second half without his pads, so it looks like he's done for the day. Tony Vincent, we think, will be back, shaken up in the latter stages of that first half.
And how much did that affect the London play calling? Titley caught the pass on the 3-yard line, and normally Vincent would be in there, but he was not, and they lost yardage, had to settle for the field goal. Vincent is back out here, though, at the start of the second half.
And there is the kickoff for the second half. Profile Greer, the dangerous Profile Greer, fields at his 3-yard line, but can't get a lot, can't even get back to the 20. Good deep kickoff there, and pushing and shoving at the end of that. Let's take a look at the numbers for the first half, which I think will show how defenses effectively ran the thing, although London will be very happy with the amount of running yards they got.
Yeah, both see here, turnovers really wipe themselves out, and no points off of turnovers. But that 111 yards rushing, that's all Tony Vincent. And they could have used him down the goal line at the end of the first half. They did not have him.
Yes, I think if Vincent had been fit, it would have been 7 points to London instead of 3.
Yeah, obviously not in the game right now. You can see him there.
Gaston Green is in the backfield, and it's Green that gets the carry.
Fumble.
Loose ball, just not as effective.
Franklin got it.
And that's a terrible start for London to start this second half.
Well, watch the hit on Gaston Green here. Was it Mack who got him? All I know is he came out like a shot. There's Franklin. He is going to eventually recover the ball. Look at Mack. Mack nails him, and Franklin recovers. So a huge play here to start the second half for the Admirals. There's a guy recovered at Franklin. Mack is a guy who caused it.
And this is the best field position that Will Fuhr has had to work with all game. At the 20-yard line of the London Monarchs. Fuhr swings it out, Trevor. Cobb can't hang on to it. The pressure came for Fuhr again, but Cobb really should have had that one. So a second down. What a big start for Amsterdam. The first play from scrimmage, and it's a fumble. How will they capitalize? Well, London always struggle in the second half. They've done that all season long, and it's certainly a bad start for them as Fuhr works a 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Fuhr goes over the middle, and it's almost picked off. He was looking for Bino Bryant. Sean Crocker was there to break it up.
Now, again, this game, they put Bryant in as a slot. He's a slot on the right side. You'll see him here on the left side coming to your picture on a little post pattern. But Crocker right there to break it up. Watch Crocker dive in front right there at the last second. Good play by Crocker. How do you say it?
Sean Crocker. You like the way I say that, don't you?
He's being Kojak, didn't he?
Third down. They're 0 for 4 on third downs, the Admirals. And this, a big one for them. Fuhr drops, steps up, now will scramble and has a lot of room ahead of him. Gets past Newville, still on his feet for a first down to about the 6-yard line. Sean Crocker again.
And Melvin Aldridge kneeling at the 11-yard line. He had a chance to tackle him short of the first down, but Fuhr dropping back to pass, seeing everybody drop back. Watch the blue shirts. There's nobody right here in the middle. You see Studstill backing off. Look at that hole right in the middle, and that's what Fuhr sees. Now you'll see 24 come up and watch him miss the tackle. That could have been a first down saving tackle, but Fuhr gets up, gets that extra yardage.
First and goal at the 5. For Will Fuhr and the Amsterdam Admirals. Fuhr drops, swings it out. Trevor Cobb goes in. Touchdown, Amsterdam.
Thanks.
So the turnover from Grafton Green turns into 6 points, with the possibility of it being 7.
Remember, first half, 6 turnovers, no points. Here in the first part of the third quarter, turnover, 7 points.
Hans Verdekker, the Ajax Amsterdam soccer player, who's converted 21 straight extra point attempts, makes a mess.
Missed it. Wow.
Terrible kick. Terrible kick from Verdekker. The first miss of the season for him. So, it's 6-3. Amsterdam over London, 13:06 left, third quarter.
Here we go. The Amsterdam Admirals now lead the London Monarchs by a score of 6-3. Touchdown by the Admirals. I mean, what do you look at as the key to that play?
You have to go back to what we talked about, and that was the turnover and Vincent being out of the game. They brought Gaston Green in, they run the ball outside, and the ball's stripped. So Amsterdam gets a situation where they have a chance inside the scoring zone. They made something happen. Nice read by Will Fuhr, by the way.
Let's have a look at this here.
And you'll see the pressure comes from the outside right there, and Fuhr sees that when that pressure comes from the outside, there's got to be an opening. Just lofts it. If the rusher has his hands up in the air, he not deflects that pass away.
So when the quarterback there is coming back, is that play set that that's the guy that he wants to go to, or?
Yeah, when a quarterback, every time he sees a blitz, there's always a hot read. And a lot of times, receivers don't adjust to it. But that time, Trevor Cobb saw that he was the hot read. He got into the flat. Will Fuhr found him.
Okay, let's return back to the stadium.
Welcome back to White Hart Lane in London. Nick Halling along with Dave Jennings, formerly of the Jets and Giants. Amsterdam on top now, 6-3. Could have been 7, but for the missed extra point.
Yeah, Werdecker, who is not kicking off here. I've been watching him a lot this season. He hooks a lot of his kicks. That's why it doesn't kick field goals. Well, he hooked that extra point outside the left upright. Could be a big play as this game progresses.
London only need a field goal to level it up. Adam Vinatieri kicks it off. Russell White steps up to field at the 8-yard line. White runs into a bunch of trouble, gets past the 22, the 24-yard line. The coverage for Amsterdam very solid.
Now, as you look at this touchdown, keeping the 94 Newbill, the linebacker, normally he'd flare out and take Cobb, but he's not there, so Montroy comes off Bobo a little late, but they went with the blitz, and they got burned by the blitz. And a happy Trevor Cobb filling in for T.C. Wright here. They get the 6 points off the turnover.
So a goal from the Kansas City Chiefs, a first-team All-America as a senior at Rice, and a graduate in theology.
Vincent back in the backfield for the Monarchs.
And he really is the key to their offense. They're not getting it done through the air. What will Vincent do on the ground? Not much on that occasion. Rico Mack came in and made the stop with help from Mike Evans.
He talks a lot, doesn't he, there? Look, that's Rico Mack we just saw in the middle of the screen talking to the... He talks to everybody. A meeting yesterday, he was so quiet. Now, here are Tony Vincent's numbers. Just continuing what he did last week, 137 yards. There's Mack. He likes to talk. Very quiet in our meeting, though.
Was he?
Very quiet.
He was intimidated by you, Dave.
Right down over the center now, and a three-point stance drops off.
Jones looks. Russell White had fallen over. Jay Phillips was coming over to try and pick it off.
Did you see where White slipped that time? Last week we did a game here. We noticed a lot of guys on this sideline were falling down when they were making their cuts.
Russell White's turn on a big third down, and best part of 10 yards.
Not the Monarchs' strength, third and long.
Larry Wallace is in the game, split wide left, coming off a foot injury. Russell White in the slot. Jones heaves it upstairs once again, going for it all, and it's another possible interception. They're looking for Will Hinchcliffe.
And Hinchcliffe, he should be called because he pulled him down. That's got to be offensive pass interference against Hinchcliffe.
And there's an injured player. It's Torrey Hunter, who was spun around by Hinchcliffe.
I mean, from my angle over here, I saw Hinchcliffe take his jersey and just pull him down.
He doesn't take prisoners, Willie Hinchcliffe.
He gives up penalty yards. I mean, it'll probably be refused because it was third down. He saw the back judge, number 11 there. He came in from this side and called it because he had the same angle I did. Not sure what they're talking about. It'll be refused if it's offensive pass interference.
Torrey Phillips, very slow. Well, the Torrey Hunter, very slow to get off.
I mean, you know, watch Hinchcliffe. He's just going to run a takeoff. And that's Torrey Hunter just step for step with him.
Interference, offense, penalty is declined.
See him pull him down right there? Pull him down with his left hand. Now you can say there was some contact before that, but I wouldn't call it.
2 flags against Willie Hinchcliffe. Had a couple earlier in the season as well.
And again, they turned it down because now it's 4th down and London going to punt the ball away.
And Bino Bryant, who is dangerous, stands at his own 30-yard line.
Normally, T.C. Wright would be returning punts.
Mexico takes his time, but doesn't get off a particularly good kick. But it takes a nice bounce as far as London are concerned, down to about the 12-yard line. Bryant gets past Roel Blenman, but still has a lot of work to do. Still on his feet, though. Great play from Bryant, who's now working the sidelines close to midfield, needs another couple of blockers, is eventually brought down by Victor X. But what a huge return.
That was an unbelievable return. He outruns 3 guys who had what appeared to be angles on them.
That's my hunt, baby.
You've said this before, Dave. London gives up a lot of return yards.
Lead the league in giving it up. They came in this game giving up 354 yards. Now watch, he catches it on a 15, goes back to the 12. Nice move here. Now here, look at 56. He's got the angle. No. Now he's off. Brings it up all the way to the 41-yard line of the Monarchs.
Trevor Cobb stays in the backfield. Amsterdam ahead by 3 points, 6-3, with excellent field position. Fura steps up, has all the time in the world, just can't quite find Darren Chandler, who was open ahead of Mark Montroy. That's Philip Bobo.
That's Philip Bobo, and that's the guy he likes to go to. And he went for him all the way, had him beat too. Montroy in this game as a nickel back. Now look, he's wide open here. This is a touchdown. but just overthrown by about a foot. That was 6 points, folks.
Man from the Raiders couldn't quite bring it in.
Don't get many opportunities like that. Fuhrer's got to be upset with himself.
Second down and 10. Fuhrer again with good protection. Trevor Cobb gets past the first man, which is Kenny McIntyre, then is met just past the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 3 or 4 yards. The Fridge in the thick of the action as well, and McIntyre now shaken up on the play. That'll bring up third down and long for Amsterdam, looking to try and capitalize on that terrific return from Bino Bryant.
It's too long for a field goal.
That's true. It's at the 40-yard line.
Keep in mind, any field goal over 50 yards, 4 points here in the World League.
Fuhrer's not thinking field goal. Black comes in. Fuhrer goes upstairs, overthrows his receiver. Greg Black came storming through. He's looking for Philip Bobo, but a flag came in at the line of scrimmage. Fuhrer felt the pressure from Black.
Probably offside or illegal motion. Now, if it's a false start, that's a dead play. They replay it. But it's not, because he's calling over the captain of the Monarchs, so they'll refuse this illegal motion penalty.
Illegal formation on the offense. Penalties decline. Fourth down.
So the return from Bino Bryant hasn't hurt the Monarchs as much as it could have.
The only thing that hurt them is in field position, because the Monarchs now will take over the ball deep in their own territory. They tackle Bino Bryant back on the 12-yard line. They'd be getting the ball here around midfield.
So it'll be up to Kenny McIntyre to try and effect a return.
And Amsterdam's only got 10 guys on the field. They should not call a timeout here. You can see Franklin coming on here late. Should not call a timeout if they don't get it off in time.
They've still got 8 seconds, so they should have no problems. Vinatieri takes the snap,
Going to kick to the left.
Takes a hop and goes out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. So it's Amsterdam leading London 6-3, 10:05 left, third quarter.
Monarchs still trailing 6-3. But one of the holes that we're looking at again is their special teams.
And this is exactly what we talked about at the start of the game. What do you do to stop special teams? You've got to stay in your lanes. This is not a planned return by Amsterdam. Bill was yelling, "Don't touch that ball. Don't take it."
He was yelling, and he shocked me to death when he hollered out, "Leave the ball alone." Here he is. Bill was hollering out, "Leave the ball alone." Philip Bobo picks it up.
And Montroy was chasing the ball. Now watch these guys one by one. They're stopping in their lanes. They're moving on the inside. And it's only Victor who's out of his lane there, but Victor X chases him down from behind. But you've got to come down. You've got to come straight down and close in gradually from the outside in.
I think one of the things, you look on the defensive end, but you have to give the offensive team credit on here, too. The way they set the line of blocking up on the sideline.
We see all the London Monarchs around the returner. I mean, it was unbelievable. You thought if he touched the ball, he was going to get smashed down there. Let him down and get him stay away from it, because if it caused a fumble, Monarchs would have it there. Bino Bryant does an excellent job of faking everybody out. I think Monarchs just thought, "Oh, we got him pinned down here. There's no way he can get out." And everybody let up a little bit.
Everybody's trying, it's like, they're trying to keep him in the pen, and someone else is going to make the tackle, but you've got to come in your line, and you've got to make the tackle.
But even saying that, good return, the defense held again.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of your opportunities, and there the special teams gave them an opportunity to score. And that's been the whole thing here through Monarchs and also Amsterdam Admirals. They haven't been able to take advantage of the opportunities to score.
And both of them have had numerous opportunities, at least 6 turnovers in the game. Teams make big plays, nothing comes out of it.
And London got another lucky break on the punt there, because Vinatieri was trying to put it in the corner, but he came up short, so they could have been pinned back in their own. Now they're outside the 20, so they've at least got a little bit of room to maneuver.
Okay, now it's time to get back to the stadium. We'll see what the Monarchs can do with the football.
With Dave Jennings, and there is T.C. Wright of the Amsterdam Admirals. We thought originally, well, in fact we were told it was a chest pain, but it turns out to be a sprained wrist, and that's the wrist he sprained. The thumbs up there from T.C., but we reckon he's gone for the day.
I think his thumbs down for him returning in this game. He's like a pitcher. He put on the jacket, he's done for the day, I would think.
Well, how was a pain go from the chest to the wrist, Dave? You're a medical man. 1st and 10. Jones looks, fires, gets a man, will pick up a yards. Russell White with the pickup to about the 29-yard line, and London would really love to get a drive going here. They've gone downtown just about every series, and it hasn't worked for them. The only thing that's worked with any consistency is the running of Tony Vincent. And Amsterdam seem to have adjusted to that. Second down. Jones fires again, gets a man. First down, Willie Hinchcliffe. Close to midfield, is eventually pulled down by Torrey Hunter with some help from Pascal Davis.
Quick scat 1 or 0.
Well, you heard the call, not sure exactly what he called. It almost sounds like a little rollout, a quick rollout.
The ball at the 44-yard line of the London Monarchs. 9:24 left, third quarter. The Monarchs trailing by 3. Looking to get something going. Jones is in trouble, hit and down. And nothing he could do about that, because when Malcolm Shoel gets a piece of you, you're in trouble.
Malcolm Shoel is a tackle. He'll line up on the right side. He beats Tim Simpson with a little inside move. Simpson tries to hold him. Can't even hold him, so it goes down as a sack. But an outside-inside move by Shoel. Nice sack by Shoel. That's his 3rd sack of this season.
Nine-yard loss on the sack. Brings up second and long. And they pitch it back to Tony Vincent, who's getting sprung out again and will be dropped for another 5-yard loss. Keith Franklin on the stop, but as you say, he was looking to throw, but there was no receiver open.
Well, Hinchcliffe was double-teamed downfield. Now watch Vincent as he grabs the ball. You can always tell when he's going to start to throw it. Does he put it away? No. See how he's holding it like he wants to throw it? See? But Hinchcliffe, you can see him cover top of your screen right there beautifully by Tommy Jones. So he did the smart thing and just cover up. So we haven't seen, we saw them run the reverse last week, and now we showed them trying to throw the ball here this week.
So that's 2 plays in a row. They've lost yardage. 3rd and a bunch. Jones goes over the middle, gets Russell White, and a flag comes in. Russell White will get about 4 yards on the reception, way short of first down yardage, but flags came in.
All the way from the far sideline. Let go of the face mask, please. Let go of the face mask, fellas. You don't want to start pulling face masks. Now, there's a penalty against... Just let go of the face masks.
Well, Bobby Hamilton getting stuck in there with Everett McIver.
Interference, defense, number 27, first down.
Oh, my, that's
Robert O'Neill, that's going to
that's a turnover right there, because it would have been 4th down, punt the football. Now, second time in this game, Amsterdam has committed that 3rd down penalty, which has given the ball back to the Monarchs. In the first half, Bobby Hamilton, stupid play, pushing the quarterback's face and helmet into the ground. They didn't get hurt on it, though. We'll see here if they do. Amsterdam, a lot of penalty yardage here. Luganville cannot be pleased.
Well, Luganville is just venting his spleen at the official there. But he should be perhaps turning his attention to his own players. Preston Jones with another opportunity, swings it out. Vincent with room in front of him, past the 40, gets past the first guy, picks up a first down around 13 yards. Kelly Sims eventually on the stop, and Vincent had so much room in front of him it wasn't true.
Well, Vincent just releases out to his left side towards you. It'll come right at you. You can see Hamilton trying to rush here, doesn't get the pressure. Vincent wide open, a little juke here, outside in. Sims with a tackle.
And that's a first down at midfield for the London Monarchs.
47-yard line midfield.
That's right. Preston Jones fakes, gets trouble, gets away, has to get rid of it, dumps it off, and that was a very, very ill-advised pass from Preston Jones.
You're going to see on the right side of your screen, look at 71 blue. Leuenberg goes right by Leuenberg, and Preston Jones they're trying to set up the screen here to Vincent. Vincent got knocked down by Howe, got up, kind of escaped right there. Was fortunate for the Monarchs because Leuenberg did not do the job.
And the pressure came initially from Jim Hanna, who just blew by Lundberg. But it's a 2nd down and 10, and the spread formation in for London. And a completion to Larry Wallace, close to 1st down yardage. That's his first catch of the game. Jay Phillips on the stop, but Wallace playing with that injured foot. Normally the go-to guy, but still recovering from injury.
And one thing that the Monarchs did, they kept in Vincent that time to help on the pass blocking, and he helped, giving Preston Jones time to release the ball to Wallace.
They'll give Wallace 9 yards, which brings up a 3rd down and 1.
Blue, 34 lead.
Should be a run to the right side, to delay to Vincent, right side.
They need a yard.
Here it is, right side.
Vincent is hit hard. Jim Hanna just stormed through and leveled Tony Vincent. Hanna read it all away.
Hanna, defensive end, they're running right towards him. You see left side of your screen, get the penetration.
But there's flags coming in all over the place again. And Amsterdam defensive players screaming at the officials. Now, what is going on?
Well, I'm watching the replay, and now the flags just came in, so it was well after the play.
Luganville stormed onto the field and has walked off.
I know McIver, 78 in blue, was kind of motioning just for some reason. Gonna have a little huddle. Luganville waiting for the call also.
And
personal foul.
Personal foul.
It's gonna be another wash.
It's an offsetter.
Yep. See, that means they didn't see the first guy who did it.
Personal foul on number 78 of the offense.
That's McIver.
Personal foul, 98 on the defense.
That's Bobby Hamilton. Those two guys have been going at it all game long.
So whenever you get a wash like...
Let's go. Tell Tilly a wide quick. Tell Tilly get open.
And they're going for it.
Okay.
And you heard what...
Fox Auto.
And you heard what Lionel Taylor said. Get Titley.
82, that's who they were talking about. Titley's at the tight end, top of your screen.
It's 4th and 3. They're rolling the dice. Jones can't find Titley. He gets Gaston Green instead, and that's good enough for a 1st down London. Gutsy play.
Now, you heard Lionel Taylor talking about Titley. He's number 82, the tight end. You'll see right side he releases. Now watch him turn back, look to Jones. Jones looking right at him, but he's covered here, so he comes back to Gaston Green a little more open. So good read that time by Preston Jones.
To the 35-yard line of the Amsterdam Admirals. It's been a long drive again for the London Monarchs, but they still have 35 yards to go. And Amsterdam's defense has been tough all day. Jones goes upstairs again, and they can't quite find him. An official went down. They were looking for Hinchcliffe, the burner, who will get past anybody. He got past Tommy Jones then.
And he got by him on the pump fake. Now Hinchcliffe lines up right side, goes down about 10 yards, stops, and when you see the pump fake, that's when he stopped. Right here he stops. Now he goes and he gets by his man. You see, look, he's open right here. He's open. He's... Oh!
And the official saw Hinchcliffe coming at him and fell over in fright. 2nd down. Jones, pressure comes. Jones gets it off. Hinchcliffe, are they going to rule it incomplete? Hinchcliffe went down to get it, and it's incomplete. Tommy Jones was there as well. Looked like it took a hop.
The reason why that pass was incomplete, because pressure on Preston Jones. Going to try and run him downfield, stop, and come back. Now see, you'll see the ball clearly here. Yeah. He could have caught that, though, but he didn't catch it with his hands. He tried to trap it with his chest, and that's an inexperienced wide receiver. If he tried to catch that ball with his hands, he would have caught it.
3. There's a spread formation with Titley in the slot, Gaston Green on the other side, and the draw play to Tony Vincent, who's got to get past Rico McIntyre, and will get very close. Fumble, loose ball! Now, who's got that? It looks like Jay Phillips has come up with it. Well, the second effort from Tony Vincent got him the 1st down, but he coughed it up. And Jay Phillips has got it for Amsterdam.
Boy, you're going to see a nice draw here to Vincent, right side. Timpson, 65, blocks down the tackle. And now he's off for the 1st down, but he gets stripped when he gets hit from behind. Right there by 93, Hanna. And Phillips comes up with it. How often do you see a guy get hit from behind? Right there, Hanna gives it up.
Another turnover against London. Now, can Amsterdam capitalize this time? Trevor Cobb in the backfield. Cobb it is that gets the call. Cobb gets past the first guy, runs into trouble in the form of Kevin Gaines, but will pick up 6 or 7 good yards there. Trevor Cobb, scorer of the only touchdown of the game so far. That was unconverted. That's why we have a 6-3 ball game. And if you love defensive football, this game's for you.
Is that a rugby term? Unconverted?
Unconverted, yeah. It's a rugby term. But you understand what I'm saying. 2nd and 3. Once again, Trevor Cobb gets the carry. Cobb runs through a hole and will be close to first down yardage. Sean Crocker and Melvin Aldridge were there. So too was Rick Newbill.
And see, what this will do, Nick, with them running the football, it's going to open up that passing game. They've decided now, let's pound it for a little while, try to get them run conscious, and then they'll throw the football.
And it does move the chains to the 33-yard line. Amsterdam with a first down. 3 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Well, the sky is clearing, the sun is out. For the first time, Cobb again can't get past Rick Newbill, who is as good a run-stopping linebacker as you'll find in the World League.
Now, just understand, when Newbill, the linebacker, playing the run now, that's going to open a hole right over the middle. Watch, 94 right in the center of your screen. He's going to watch the running back. Willis, the center, tries to... I'm sorry, that's Spears tries to get him. Marcus Spears, the left guard, couldn't. Good play by Newbill, but again, that's going to open things up. See if they go to play action here on 2nd and long.
2nd down for Will Fura and the Amsterdam Admirals, looking to increase this 3-point lead. No, they give it straight away to Cobb, who gets a 2nd effort past the 35-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. Greg Black was in the thick of the action for London, so too was Newbill inevitably.
See, now they're playing the run. Now, play action will work on 2nd, but not on 3rd and 8. Here you just see the pulling Spears, but Newbill fills the hole again. Play action doesn't work on 3rd and 8, and that's what it is right now. Greg Black, 74 in blue.
Greg Black is a defensive lineman that they were trying to convert into the offensive line. He's having quite a day. Back on defense. Fura drops, has time, and that was a poorly thrown ball, because the only man who could have had it was Sean Crocker. And the punting unit out again for Amsterdam as defenses continue this stranglehold they've had on the game right from the start.
This reminds me of a soccer match, low scoring. But this is entertaining.
But interesting.
But this is entertaining. This isn't soccer.
So soccer, Dave. I'll explain it to you one day.
No, you got to explain
cricket. Oh, we'll be here all day for that. Kenny McIntyre waves his arm again.
That's another illegal fair catch signal.
Well, they're giving McIntyre the benefit of the doubt.
A fair catch signal, you have to raise your hand right to left.
Timeout. We're going to be back in just a moment.
You're watching Sky Sports.
Do you ever wish that you were better informed? Well, I've got the solution. Fast Text, Sky's general information service. From program listings to the latest news and travel information, you just let your remote do the talking. It gets better though. Each channel also has its own specialist service. The latest sports news on Sky Sports, entertainment info on the movie channel, financial updates on Sky News, and holidays on Sky One. It couldn't be more of a double.
Let the world come to your armchair with Sky Fastex, the information solution.
How much footballer can you buy for this? You could afford a bead of sweat from Les Ferdinand. You could get 2 fingers from Gaza. Or a dreadlock from the dreaded Hooli. Alternatively, with Snickers, you could have the whole lot. Because Snickers are giving away hundreds of JVC TVs and video recorders. Result.
In the 3rd quarter, the Amsterdam Admirals lead the London Monarchs by a score of 6-3. Both of these teams seem to have gone away from things that kind of worked for them in the first half.
Yeah, and you know, for London, they've got things going again with Vincent, the running back, and then they get all the way downfield and they fumble the ball. Fumbles, miscues, mistakes, turnovers, been killing this team all year. I mean, they hold their own destiny here to have a chance to get in the World Bowl. They have 15 minutes left to do something with it.
And you see what happens as parts of the game set up the other parts. When London gets the short passing game working, then they can pump fake and send Hinchcliffe down deep where he gets open. And they just missed having a touchdown on that. Similarly for Amsterdam, Dave Jennings made a good point, because when they had Cobb moving, that was the time for play action, not play action when you have to pass and when everybody knows you have to pass.
Will Fuhr's having a tough time trying to find receivers because the front four of London Monarchs are all over him. I mean, the offensive line has to give him about 2 more seconds in the pocket to feel comfortable to get the ball downfield.
Nick Halling and Dave Jennings at White Hart Lane in London, watching Amsterdam and London slug it out.
You notice all 3 games this week in the World League were all closely played and low scoring. All these teams played each other just 2 weeks ago. I think that might have had effect on low scoring. They're used to playing each other just 2 weeks ago.
Plus a bit of tension. Every game's so important now at this stage of the season. Nobody can afford a loss. Jones has completed 9 of 24. Tony Vincent stays on his feet, gets past, got some running room ahead of him. Foot race. Vincent past the 30, still on his feet inside the 20 to the 10. What a play from Vincent. Tommy Jones brought him down. But he virtually, in fact, Kelly Sims, I think, he virtually ran the length of the field.
And did you see him cover up the ball when he knew he was going to get hit with 2 hands? Now, he's going to come out of this game, I'm sure, right now.
He's earned a breather.
Did he make up for it? Look at the whole Simpson, and look at 79 right there. Now, that's just a missed tackle here. Just plain a missed tackle. Now Vincent's off. Now watch. Oftentimes a defensive player will try and strip him, but he keeps running away from these guys. Covers it up with 2 hands here. Goes out on the inside the 10-yard line. 67-yard run. He's got to be close to 200 yards.
And it's given London an excellent chance to go on the board. Russell White takes it to about the 5. The last minute of this 3rd quarter. Can London find their first touchdown? Just a field goal to show for their efforts so far. But they won't have many better chances than this.
And this is the 2nd time they've gotten down inside of 10, and Vincent's had to come out. First time because of an injury, and they only scored 3. 2nd time because he's just beat. Look at him.
He probably wishes he was in there now, but that took a lot out of him. 67 yards. 2nd down. The pitch back goes to Russell White again. White has some work to do, and he's in. Touchdown, London.
Now look at White out in the middle field. Let's see if they do a celebration or anything. Are they going to do anything? He's going to do a little dance, which is all right. But no team celebration. And now we'll get to see we have a different extra point guy on the field. Kevin Hurst will attempt this extra point. And he's a left-footed kicker, so Mexico's got to move around to the other side.
Kevin Hurst had his first miss of the season last week, the former Leicester Panthers kicker. And there's a flag down on the field. With the crowd on their feet after that. London back on top.
Number 68, 5-yard penalty.
It's Terrence Wisdom, and that'll push Kevin Hurst 5 yards further back. Just 10 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. And Al Luganbill, well, his defense, the number 2 ranked against the run. They're going to have to do some homework because Vincent has shredded them.
Well, they got to start tackling. I mean, that was 66 yards after the missed tackle.
So here's
big extra point here to give him a 4-point lead.
Here's Kevin Hurst attempting effectively a 19-yarder.
Missed it.
And he's missed it as well. So now it's 9-6.
Watching this touchdown, keep an eye on number 78 in blue, left side of your screen, McIver. He is going to pull. Titley blocks down. Now kick out. 78 kicks out the linebacker and does a nice job. Just look at that. Franklin just couldn't get into the play. Again, Titley blocks down. Here comes McIver, and he just really pushes him out. And White, who's normally been a slot guy, but he's in because Vincent's out. Gets the corner. Franklin chases. Touchdown. That's a good job by our cameraman right there.
I'll tell you, he stayed at home.
There's McIver. How about we've seen both national kickers hooking extra points?
I tell you, it's a tension thing. Everybody is so aware of how much is at stake in this game.
How did they hurt us in that drive other than that run? Is that it?
Well, when you get a 67-yard run on a drive, that tends to hurt. Tony Vincent, 19 carries, 182 yards.
Damn.
And his numbers in the last 2 weeks
Were we on opposite when they ran the cutback? Must have been.
Now, 2 missed extra points, 1 by each team. It's only a 3-point lead by the Monarchs, not a crucial 4.
Bino Bryant and Trevor Cobb are back deep. Roger Ruzek is off on the 25. That's a good kick. It is fielded by Trevor Cobb. Cobb waits for his blockers, but runs straight into Steve Hutchinson, the British running back. And a flag comes in as more aggro and punch-ups. And it looked like Profile Greer was involved in the action with Carlos Etheridge, the Amsterdam tight end. Etheridge, who is 6'4", Greer, who is about 5'6" if he's standing on tiptoes. And you have to make allowances for the tension and the pressure and the fact that these teams don't get along, but there's been some indiscipline from both sides in this game.
Now that should be a World League record by Tony Vincent.
Yes, Saran Stacey, the previous record holder. Here's the call. And it's a personal foul against London. And the Monarchs, in fact, neither side can afford any 15-yard penalties like this.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask on number 22 of the kicking team, 15-yard penalty after the kick, first down.
And that is Profile Greer. And that's a dumb penalty again. Tony Vincent, now the holder of the new World League single-game rushing record.
And that's only in 3 quarters. That's not a whole game.
Yeah, more to come from him. Vincent allocated from the Atlanta Falcons, and that Bino Bryant in the backfield. This should be the last play of the 3rd quarter, and they look for the swing pass. And pushed out of bounds by Kenny McIntyre and Sean Crocker, and that will do it for the end of the quarter. A loss of maybe a yard. It's still London leading Amsterdam 9-6. We'll be back. Quarters of play done. 1 to go. London leading Amsterdam 9-6. But Amsterdam with the ball in good field position on their own 42-yard line. Nick Halling and Dave Jennings at White Hart Lane in London. Dave, we've seen 3 quarters of uncompromising action, really broken up by Tony Vincent and his 182 yards. How do Amsterdam respond now?
Well, they've had trouble running the football. They missed T.C. Wright. They started running it on that last series, but then they had to give it up. Let's see if they keep running the ball here.
On 2nd down and 10, Bryant goes in motion. Fura drops. Pressure comes from Blaine Berger. No ketchup, no cheese, just a plain burger.
But folks, that was Nick Halling. I just want you to know who said that. Watch 92. He comes all the way around, and 79 Farkas doesn't pick him up. That's just a tackle game coming all the way around the end, and Farkas saw him too late. So Blaine Berger.
A Blaine Berger, who was cut by Amsterdam in pre-season training camp in Atlanta. 9-yard loss. Flag comes in, and you can tack on another 5 yards because of a delay of game. And Amsterdam's offense, we talked about London's offensive troubles, but Amsterdam's offense nowhere near the force it's been. A team that scored 104 points in 3 games has been reduced to 6 in 3 quarters.
And the fans here at London are doing the right thing, because Fura likes to audible a lot at the line of scrimmage. The more noise they make, the tougher it is for him to get that audible out.
It's 3rd on a bunch. They've converted 1 of 7 third downs. The crowd right into it. Bino Bryant in the backfield. Fura with time. Now the pressure comes. Fura goes over the middle. He's got a man, but it's short of first down yardage. Sean Crocker was there on Dedrick Smith. And that'll bring out the punting unit once again for Amsterdam.
Now keep in mind that Amsterdam has run fakes. So Lionel Taylor has to tell his guys in blue, be aware of the fake. Kelly Sims ran 170-something yards for a touchdown a few weeks ago out of punt formation.
And this is definitely fake territory in midfield. But they give it to Vinatieri. McIntyre just backpedals, but that's going straight through the end zone. So London's defense did its job again. Blaine Berger, the big play there with a huge sack, and the Monarchs hang on to their 3-point lead.
In 3 weeks' time, we'll be in Edinburgh for the World Bowl, and you need to make a note of this in your diary.
On our cameraman to get in there and get the best shots, but John Wensley here, one of our British camera crews, ouch.
He must have some basketball experience. He took the charge there very nicely. Notice he stayed right with it. Wonder how he's doing. There he is.
He's still going.
Shake your head or something. You okay? He's into it.
He's staying with it.
Yeah, there he is. He's all right. Good job. Good job.
Stay with it, John. Vincent in the backfield. London ahead by 3. Vincent runs into the hole. Keith Franklin was there. So too was Troy Ridgely, Bobby Hamilton, and a couple of tough yards.
You have to believe London's going to run the ball with Vincent quite a bit. Amsterdam has to know that, so play action to Titley would probably work, or Hinchcliffe running down the sideline if he can stay out of offensive pass interference. Look at these numbers, 2 to 1 yards.
And
who's got most of those yards for London?
Yeah, Vincent. For Amsterdam to just get over 100 yards of offense in 3 quarters. That tells you what a job London's defense has done. 2nd and long. Jones drops back to pass. Swings it out. He's got Vincent. Vincent gets past the first guy. Is short of first down yardage by about 3 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for the London Monarchs. Pascal Davis in on the stop.
You know, you got to give a lot of credit to this offensive line of London. They've done a good job protecting. Watch Evans, number 97. He's coming in on Lundberg. Lundberg gets the hands out and just pushes him right by Jones. That's a good job by Lundberg. Offensive line last 2 weeks has been spectacular for London.
3rd down for the Monarchs. 12-14 left in the ball game. Jones looks, swings it out, gets Vincent, who beats the first guy and gets a first down. Is pushed out of bounds by Jace Phillips. What a smart play from Vincent.
Well, what a bad play by Sims. We saw the 2 linebackers last time, Mack and Franklin, I believe, or Davis missed the tackle on Vincent. This time Sims comes up. You don't get a better shot than this on Vincent. Just missed it, and now Luganville's got to be shaking his head because Sims is one of his better players. Just missed the tackle, and that cost him a first down.
Vincent just waited for Sims to overcommit. Now Gaston Green is in the backfield as Vincent takes a well-earned rest. First down at the 35. Green plows his way through the middle for only a couple. Rico Mack stayed at home.
But go back to that 3rd down play for a second. Well, something we talked about with the running game going. Amsterdam had to believe Vincent was getting the ball, but the little play action, swing it out to Vincent, first down. Defense has to be a little tired.
Tony Vincent's got to be a little tired.
But it's a good tired.
Well, one job that Tony Vincent has done for you anyway, Dave Jennings, because we were going to get you to name the game's MVP, but I think that's pretty automatic.
Well, the game's far from over now, Nick.
2nd and 7. Draw play up the middle for Russell White, who falls forward for maybe a couple of yards. Bobby Hamilton was in there. But Tony Vincent still off the field and has just been looked at by the team doctor, Ashwin Patel. But there's a smile. I don't think he's too shaken up. Just tired.
Just looking at his eyes before, he's been a workhorse today.
3rd down and around 4 to go for the London Monarchs. just over 10 minutes left. It's what they really want, a big drive here. Jones goes upstairs, looks for Hinchcliffe again, who slipped as he came back for it. And that'll send out the punting unit, and once again, a player on the near side of the field slips as he tries to make a cut. Something Dave Jennings alluded to earlier.
It's funny because we've seen that on this side of the field a lot the last 2 games. Jones throwing it up, not a good pass. You know, and as a defensive player would look at that, well, it didn't deserve to be completed anyway.
Timeout after this.
So out comes Sonny Fexico. Bino Bryant, who returned one to midfield earlier, lurks at his own 15. Fexico deliberates, gets off a good high kick. Bryant fair catches at about the 12-yard line.
Now, we didn't have that in our stream, but he put up his hand, waved it left to right. That was a valid signal.
9:49 left in the ball game. The Monarchs leading the Admirals 9-6.
Fourth quarter, 10 minutes to go. I mean, anything can happen at the ball game at this stage.
That's right. There's still 9:49 is a lot of time, a 3-point game. There could be a touchdown either way, and still a lot of time for another team to score. So it's still wide open.
So does the defense play any differently now? Do they play lighter, tougher defense, being up by 3 points?
Well, there's still a lot of time left in the ball game. So, you know, you don't play off the ball because you don't want to give up a lot of yards, okay? So you have to stay up on the man, take him, you know, little chunks of yardage and play him tight, because you have to do that because your field goal position right now could win the game for a team.
The thing London has right now is the field position advantage because they're back at their own 12. And this is a time where when your defensive line is really dominant, when you might think about sending somebody in, getting Will Fuhrer in trouble, getting him back toward his own goal line, maybe a safety or maybe a punt out of the end zone.
All right, we'll look at for that in the fourth quarter. Let's get back to the stadium. It should have been exciting final 10 minutes.
Like a caged panther, Al Luganville stalks the sidelines.
Hold a calf up.
Jesus. Amsterdam wiped out offensively in this game, but they have nearly 10 minutes to put that right, and they're only down by 3. They don't need a lot. Fuhrer hands it off. Bino Bryant is hit by Kevin Gaines, the safety, and will pick up 3 or 4 yards to bring up a second down.
Well, one of the reasons for London's success today defensively, they stopped the run. You know, and this is really a passing team, but they run the ball so effectively. You stop the run, it allows you to play the pass more aggressively.
Second down and long. The running game, no factor today for Amsterdam.
Even when T.C. Wright was in there, he had nothing.
3 carries for minus yardage. So can Fuhrer do it through the air? On the ground again, still nothing doing. Jeff Hunter came up with the stop. Well, this London defense so pumped up after such a sloppy start.
Look at the difference here in the numbers. Zeman came in after the second game, and he did 2 things. He moved Hunter from defensive tackle out to defensive end, and he put in more pass coverages. They only had 1. With the more pass coverages in, the other quarterback's got to take a little more time. They had 3 sacks now. Now they got 14 in those 4 games. Only 3 before that.
And those numbers should be even better after this game. Fuhrer on 3rd and long. The pressure comes, but Fuhrer gets it off. Picked off Darren Studstill, who gets past, fumbled the ball, and then dives on it. Or has he? Has he got it? Who's got that ball? Studstill has hung on. Another turnover.
Now, keep an eye as we look at this from the end zone on number 97 blue, left side of your screen. He does a spin move on Farkas, gets by him, and now he puts pressure on. See that? That's the play, so he overthrows Smith. Studstill's right there, so credit 97. That's Horace Morris with pressure on Fuhrer. That's another turnover. Both these teams have taken the ball away this season, and they've continued to do it today.
Well, I was up in Scotland yesterday watching Scotland and Frankfurt. Both defenses playing sensational football, and it's the same story here. These defenses just on top. But first down London at the 32 with a 3-point lead. 8:20 left. Russell White in the backfield charges through for about 6 yards. And this a critical series for Amsterdam's defense.
Vincent standing on the sideline, helmet in his hand. He may stay out for another series, so White's going to be the workhorse here. Can't credit the offensive line of the London Monarchs enough. They've done a tremendous job the last 2 weeks. Lundberg, Simpson, Lamb, Wisdom, and McIver.
2nd down and 5. Hinchcliffe, wide right. Lindsey Collins, wide left. Gaston Green in the slot. They pitch it back to Russell White, who's got a hole and pushes his way closer to 1st down yardage. Tommy Jones eventually on the stop, but White working behind some excellent blocking.
Chris Lundberg, beautiful job. 71, who is the right tackle. Should be 2nd guy in from the left. Watch him block the linebacker, Franklin. Now, he blocked him there. Now, see how he pushes him out? And there's your hole. Good job by Lundberg.
And they're going to call for a measurement on it as well.
And Vincent will come into the game on this play.
Well, we mentioned Bob Zeman, the defensive coordinator, earlier. That's him. He'd retired last season, but came back when the call to arms was made. And what a job he's done. They're short by less than a yard.
There's Zeman. Bob Zeman. There's a lot of experience in the National Football League. He's come here and done quite a job.
And his players love him. I was there the day he came back, and there were handshakes and slaps on the back and smiles all around.
Because you were there?
Not for me. They like seeing me too, but I think they were more pleased to see Bob Zeman.
Now, last time they had a 3rd and short, they went with a pass to Vincent left side. I would think if Vincent's in the game, and I believe he just came in, they'll just work him right up the middle.
3rd down, 7:30 left. London leading by 3. 3rd and short. Amsterdam are going to make a stand. It's here. Preston Jones on the keeper. Well, that's going to depend where they spot it. Jones did not get a lot. Didn't need a lot. But that wasn't the most convincing sneak you've ever seen. Amsterdam player trying to push it back.
Look at Lionel Taylor on the field.
On the field
Get off
now.
the field, Lionel. You can't run on like that.
And I'll tell you where that's spotted. It's going to be mighty.
There he is. Look at him. He's on the field. He's... Short.
It's short again.
And I think they'll go for it here, and they should go for it. Don't kick the field goal.
Go for it. Well, go away.
There you go.
What? From what?
Blue.
Blue.
34 lead.
Blue right, 34 lead. Let's get it.
That's just...
Well, the fans are pleased.
To run up the right side, right behind Timpson, 65, the right guard. That'll be Simpson unless they audible out at the line. It'll be a tight formation. Again, 35 will go. They've got an extra back in there. Green. He'll lead up right in the right side. Timeout.
Preston Jones calls a timeout.
Timeout. London. That's our first team timeout.
So the Monarchs
30 seconds,
ahead by 3. 6:57 left. And this 4th down play, so vital to both these teams. Who will be going to the World Bowl with the Scottish Claymores? London know they have to win here to keep their hopes alive. And Amsterdam know they have to win to close the gap on the team that's currently looking to fill that question mark, which is Frankfurt. But I tell you, if London win here, that race is so wide open. It's a brave man who picks the winner.
Frankfurt 4-3 right now. If London wins, they'll be 3-4, 1 game behind, and Frankfurt's not playing well. If Amsterdam wins, they're tied at 4-3 with Frankfurt. I said at the beginning of the game, the team that wins here is going to the World Bowl. Now, why are they going for it here on 4th down? Number 1, they're running the ball so well, they believe they can make it. Number 2, they have no confidence in their field goal kicking game. Now, I don't know if they changed the play here. They had a lead up the right side. They flip-flopped their backs now.
It's still Vincent and Green in the backfield. Jones on the keeper again, just pushes his way forward. A second effort. He needed so little.
And they've got it, this field, even though the offensive line...
The offensive line for Amsterdam's coming on the field. That's
they made it. You can always tell the defense has stayed on the field, and the side judge came in from the far side, and he marked it.
I'll tell you what, Dave, it's not a very favorable spot.
They got it?
But they have got it.
You can always tell because the teams, if they stay on the field, they got it.
But they're going to have to measure for it. It was close. Whoa. Not by much. Look at that.
Now, the key here, the offensive line has to get underneath and drive. They've got to get underneath and drive them back. Not much there. I mean, that's a tough call, but they got it.
Ace left.
And how how important could that be with less than 7 minutes remaining? London ahead by 3. A touchdown here would make it very difficult for an Amsterdam offense that struggled all day. Jones gives to Vincent, who plows his way straight through the middle, still on his feet. And eventually the officials stop it.
I'll tell you, the last couple of plays look like rugby to me. I mean, it's just... I've figured out rugby since I've been here. I know soccer, but I have no clue about cricket.
Well, when you have 6 or 7 hours spare, Dave, I'll fill you.
I'd like to see Ken Griffey come over here and play cricket. Boy, he would knock the ball out of it. What do you call them? What do you call the places where they play? The oval, the round? What do you call it?
That's just the field, you know, not the park.
Look at Vincent here, 184. Hey, Preston Jones is only about 182 yards off this record.
210 total yards for Tony Vincent. Jones, they faked, they looked for Hinchcliffe, and it's broken up. What a play from Tommy Jones. Hinchcliffe was thinking 6.
Tommy Jones recognizing, and we've seen it today, Hinchcliffe's speed. He just stayed with him the whole way. He's knocked down a couple of long passes to Hinchcliffe. See on the left side of your screen, you probably won't see Hinchcliffe, but he will come into your picture. We'll keep an eye on 34 Jones in white. Perfect position, just jumps up and knocks it down. Not a great pass, because the only guy really here who can catch it. That's a nice play by Jones.
So that brings up 3rd down and long, and a timeout again.
It was down to 1 second on the play clock. It was down to 1.
London, that's their second team timeout.
Both of them on this drive.
Timeout.
Amsterdam's defense tightening up again when it has to. They've got to try and defend this 3rd down play because, well, Amsterdam, they're such a strong home team. They never lose at home, but on the road this year, they've done nothing. Still to find a victory, and just look at those numbers.
And you look at this team last week against Barcelona, this team against London. I mean, 2 completely different teams. London has really stepped forward the last 2 weeks. And really, the offensive line has done a great job. And the defense today for London, I think, has a lot to contribute to this one. But obviously, they feel a lot more comfortable at home. Joe Rico.
Now Luganville sending in the play with Alonzo Barnett, who has a message for Rico Mack.
See if they send Rico Mack. And again, if they don't make it here, if it comes up with a 4th and 3 or 4, I think they would kick the field goal here. But Vincent not in the game. White in the backfield.
Along with Gaston Green in the slot. 3rd and 8 from the 20. Jones with time. Looks, finds a man, touchdown London! It's Lindsay Collins!
Sims fell down.
And credit the offensive line again because Jones had so much time.
And you saw Jones wanted to go to his left, but his receiver was covered. So he went to Collins, who made the catch after Sims, the defensive back, fell down.
Now it's extra point adventures time again. We've had 2 missed extra points. And Kevin Hurst break the kicker's deadlock.
See if he hooks it to his right, our left.
No.
See how it hooks a little bit, but pretty straight.
And a 10-point lead for London with 5:26 left.
You just made a very good point about the protection for Preston Jones that time. Only rushing 4. He wants to go to the left, but then he comes back here. Now look who's on the ground. See, Sims falls down. Collins really wide open. But all the time in the world. He finds Collins back to the end zone again. You'll see Sims going down or already down. There he is down.
Well, Lindsay Collins had such a slow start to his London Monarchs career. Had a touchdown last week in the win against Frankfurt, another one here. A guy who was drafted by Green Bay in 1991 and whose career really was sort of stymied more by personal tragedy than anything else. But a guy who just sort of went away from football but is back now. A 19-yard reception that gives London every opportunity to improve their record. Preston Jones, who's had a difficult afternoon, has come up with a touchdown pass when the Monarchs needed it most. And what does Al Luganville do now?
And how big is that going for it on 4th down? How big was that?
Pushed off. I know.
And they only just made it.
All pressure. Did you hear that? No pressure at all. And it sounded like you saying Lindsey Collins pushed off, but I don't know about that. See if he squids it. That's all they've done today.
To the 20-yard line, Bino Bryant looks for running room. Gets Stephen Hutchinson, but Hutchinson can't get him, and all the way to the 28, but there is a flag.
This is in the area of an illegal block against Amsterdam. They finally get some good field position on a kickoff. Let's see what the call is.
Lindsey Collins still smiling on the sideline. No smiles here. That was Lindsey Collins' first catch of the game. And it goes against Amsterdam.
Penalty goes against Amsterdam, so they poor field position to start this drive.
Offense, number 55, 10-yard penalty.
Rico Mack. So you can push it back another 10 yards for a team that needs a touchdown quickly.
Now, one thing that they can't do, and I'm talking about London's defense, is take for granted they're winning this ball game and kind of loosen up. They got to keep applying pressure.
Oh, it's not over. It's far from over. Bino Bryant in the backfield on first down. Fura on the keeper, runs into Greg Black, who trips him up after a gain of a couple, and Greg Black has really done a job on defensive line for the Monarchs.
He's moved from offense to defense today, and he has contributed. Keep an eye, 74, right side of your screen. We see this. No, we'll save it for later.
3 yards on the keeper from Fura. Second down, Fura out of the shotgun. Fires, bounces off the intended receiver, Darren Chandler. Signs of nerves now in this Amsterdam offense. They've done nothing all game.
Let's go back to that pressure by Black. Right side of your screen, number 74. He just plays off the block beautifully by Williams and makes the play. That's a good job by Black.
Amsterdam with a big third down, and they've struggled. 1 of 9 on third down conversions. They need this one. Fura out of the shotgun again. Pressure comes from the outside, but Fura has time, and he's got a man. Philip Bobo with space. Darren Studstill eventually brings him down, but not till Bobo had got inside the 35-yard line.
One thing Bob Zeman told us yesterday is they go to Bobo in key situations. He's lined up on the left side the whole game. Here he is on Montroy. Montroy's taking man for man, tries to press. Now he's going to pass him off to a safety. Where's the safety? No safety around.
Fura stays in the shotgun. Has time. Has a man again, and it's bounced off the hands of David Jones. And David Jones was so effective for the Amsterdam Admirals last season. Not the same player. Rick Newbill had the coverage, but Jones should have had it. Second down and 10. Jerry Drake checks out. A.J. Jenkins is in at right defensive end. The pass rushing specialist. Fura stays in the shotgun. High snap. Pressure comes, but Fura scrambles out of the pocket. He's got a man. Dedrick Smith is pushed down by Darren Studstill, but first down yardage again, and Smith is shaken up.
Boy, they did a good job picking up the blitz that time. See, Horace Mars picked up by 23, so nice step up that time by Fura. Releases the pass. Smith, see the right leg get bent back there. And they're looking, well, it appears they're looking at the stomach area.
Just got twisted round, didn't he? It could have been, problem could be anywhere.
Again, don't like to speculate on injuries, but...
Yeah, but keep back. 10 seconds, right off.
Well, Dedrick Smith had a touchdown catch early this year, and a couple last year for the Admirals as well, from Savannah State.
Too late, don't worry about it, don't worry about it.
Still on the field, but now getting to his feet. And definitely hurt around the chest area. Could just have been winded, could have fallen on the ball perhaps from where he's holding his ribs and his solar plexus there. So it's a 1st and 10 for Amsterdam, who are threatening.
Tell him to Mark, tell him to get him to line of scrimmage.
Fura stays in the shotgun. On first down. Has a lot of time. Goes over the middle again, and it's close to a touchdown. Melvin Aldridge has stopped a touchdown, but all the way down to the 1 for Darren Chandler, who almost broke the plane.
Boy, Chandler just given way too much room there. Just ran a deep inside pattern. Right side of your screen. You see how wide open he is. Jones 80 running a crossing pattern. Look, he's wide open. I mean, that's Kenny McIntyre giving him a lot of cushion. Just way too much now. Saka in the game at quarterback.
He's their short yardage and goal line quarterback.
It's called the Wrecking Crew. They haven't thrown out of this yet.
And they're not going to now. Trevor Cobb goes in. Second touchdown of the game. Touchdown Amsterdam, and we've got a ball game.
And you have to wonder, after holding him to that few, just one touchdown in about 55 minutes, how can they score another one so quickly?
We got one with the 2-minute. We got 3 others. We still got our full 3.
Talking timeouts.
Hands for Decker.
Yeah, we're going to kick off.
Missed the extra point last time.
He hooks a lot of his kicks. As we're looking at it from here, he hooks it to his left.
And he needs this one to reduce the deficit to 3. And he's hooked it again, but it's good.
He hooks them all.
And it's a 3-point ball game, 16-13, with 3:04 left in the ball game. Everything still to play for. We're back after this.
Hey, we have a ball game on our hands. The Admirals come back, but it was the Monarchs defense that gave them the advantage.
Well, what happened was the Admirals just decided that they've got to put the ball in the air. And you see the Monarchs on the first play of that series, you saw them with the linebackers all back and staying back, just rushing the 4 men and hoping to get the rush there. And what happens is you sit back, even if it's subconscious, you sit back a little bit and you're giving them something inside. They just gave them too much.
You can't have a letdown. You know, they thought they had this game won, and they held them to about 114 yards until that drive. So for the defense, they thought they were doing fine. And now, you know, they're a little let up there, and they're right back in the ballgame.
The Monarchs TD, the first TD pass that here.
And now, they said he might have been pushed, but what also might have happened, it looked like Kelly Sims looked at the fake and then didn't realize Lindsey Collins was still moving. And it doesn't look like he's pushed because he's falling the opposite way. If he was pushed, he should be falling the other way. And that's Trevor Cobb going in for the touchdown. And when they've got Big Dog in there, when they've got their big guys, Willie Williams at tight end, what they normally do is just go straight forward. So Cobb getting outside, all he needed was that one first step, and he's gone outside the corner.
All right, now, we're at this stage of the game. Will the Admirals try an onside kick?
You know, their defense hasn't done the job. It would be a good idea for them to go out and try an onside kick right now, because if they're leaving it up to the hands of the defense, it hasn't been there for them all day.
And I'll tell you, London's got their hands team out there, and everybody's going to be up anticipating it. If they don't kick onside, they'll just let it go by. That's okay. The deep man will field it. But what you have to be careful of in these situations is that middle zone in between your deep men and the guys up front, because once the ball goes 10 yards, just like rugby union, it's a live ball.
All right, thing that we have to mention too, we're in the last minutes of the game. The offensive line of the Monarchs has been outstanding today.
Yeah, you know, and that's what they want to do. If they do get the ball, feed it to the horses again. Let the guys kill the clock. Let them chew up the ground and wear the clock down on them.
.304 left. Nick Halling and Dave Jennings. Amsterdam have just scored, and London, Dave, clearly thinking about the possibility of an onside kick here.
They're not going to kick the onside kick. Amsterdam isn't, because they've got 3 timeouts plus the 2 minutes, so they don't want to do it. But Lionel Taylor has to put them up there to play for it. This hurts the Monarchs because they won't get a good return out of this.
It's going to be quite a finish here at White Hart Lane. Good high kick from Vinatieri. Greer fields at about his 5-yard line and has a lot of work to do. Gets past the first guy, stays on his feet past the 25 to about the 26-yard line, which is better than done on 1 or 2 others.
That is a lot better return than what you normally get out of that situation. Now it's just move the chains. It just comes down here. You look at the scoring drive. Look at that, 73 yards in 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
They made it look so easy, and as you said, Dave, 55 minutes when they couldn't seem to do anything, then they made it look very easy. And now the key, surely, for London, the running game.
Now, if London is going to pass on first down, because that's when Amsterdam will least expect it. They're expecting Vincent, who is in the backfield by himself, Just will carry it every time.
Well, London over 200 yards on the ground. Amsterdam just 50. Which gives you an indication of the dominance. Vincent is hit. They expected it. Keith Franklin was in there, and a loss of a couple of yards. They saw that all the way.
See, that's why you throw it on first down.
Timeout.
And now Amsterdam wisely using their timeouts.
40-second timeout.
See, that's why you might want to throw it on first, because now you come up with a second. And let's see what they call it. How much they lose on that play. They only lost 2, but now it's a definite passing down, and the Amsterdam can play it that way.
Al Luganbill will never give it up. And Lionel Taylor knows this one is far from over.
Now Luganbill is he calling his whole defense off the field? Most of his guys have come off to talk.
No. Opposite wrap player. Tim, we're an opposite wrap player.
Second down and 12.
Now, Amsterdam probably expecting the pass. Does London counter with the draw to Vincent?
Vincent is in the backfield. Russell White in the slot. Hinchcliffe wide right. Jones goes left. Looks. Can't find Lindsay Collins, who turned around and fell over. Kelly Sims was there in coverage, and that's going to bring up third down and 12. And there's a lot of time left on this clock.
See, I don't think London has done a good job here with their play calling. Instead of sending Vincent where he's run the ball so effectively up the middle, they ran the toss, got poor blocking, thrown for 2-yard loss, forced him into a passing situation, didn't throw a good pass, and now it's again a defensive down, 3rd and 12.
The level, that's all. We got to go.
Big play coming up here for both these teams. London looking to convert it. Amsterdam looking to hold them. Jones drops, gets pressure, gets rid of it, finds Hinchcliffe. First down, London Monarchs. Willie Hinchcliffe got ahead of Tommy Jones.
And what did I tell you before about Hinchcliffe catching a pass? Remember, he didn't catch that one where he tried to cover it up. This one he caught in his hands. Look at this. They know he's got speed. Jones saying, I got to play him deep. Stop. There's the separation. Now watch him go up with his hands, catch it nicely, bring it in. That's how you do it. That is a huge play.
For the New Zealander.
And Amsterdam has 2 timeouts left plus the 2-minute warning.
First down for London. Vincent runs into Keith Franklin and won't get a lot, maybe a couple.
See if Amsterdam, yes, they do use their second timeout.
Timeout. Amsterdam. That's our second team timeout.
Well, that catch from Willie Hinchcliffe. Well, it hasn't won the game for London by any means, but Al Luganbill knew he had the Monarchs backed up deep.
We need to. Okay. We need to. Let's go safety, up safety, okay? Yeah. All right. Yes.
Well, after this, London hit the road. Barcelona was slumping. The Scotland game, if London go into that one 4-4, or even a 4-4, that would be a huge game against the Claymores. So much more than national pride on the line there. And what a job Lionel Taylor has done with this team to get them back into contention.
You may be able to get it back.
London ahead by 3. 2:27 left. And Amsterdam with just a timeout remaining. Second and long for the London Monarchs. Amsterdam show blitz. They come after them, but Vincent's got the ball. Gets past Keith Franklin. First down and more. Vincent's still on his feet. Down to the 30. And that will be over 200 yards on the ground for Tony Vincent. What a day the man from Atlanta has had.
Boy, watch how many Amsterdam Admirals come up on the line. Watch them come in, and they cross them up with the draw. Now, missed tackle right here, right there, a missed tackle. That's the 3rd key missed tackle today.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
Oh, man.
You just can't do that to Tony Vincent, and that's the 2-minute warning with London. A 3-point lead and driving. We'll be back after this.
Football game. Tony Vincent's the man again.
Tony Vincent is, and you saw just before that last play, Jay Phillips was on the sidelines talking to Luganbill, and Luganbill told him he had to blitz, and you saw him get picked up on the blitz, Tony Vincent made the cut off of that, then broke a tackle, another bad tackle by Amsterdam's defense, and he's gone.
All right, now you were saying before that maybe they should have tried the onside kick in hindsight.
Yeah, I think you should have. You know, 3 minutes left in the game, your offensive coaching staff says, hey, we got plenty of time. Let's not rush anything. But you have to understand what's going on through the course of the game. Their defense hasn't stopped anybody. So they kick the ball down there and think the defense is going to stop them, and they haven't again.
All right, and again, I have to say, the offensive linemen, I've done an outstanding job, and I think that they need to make sure that we say something about them, because those guys look in and never get any credit.
Everett McIver, Terrence Wisdom, Mark Lamb, Tim Simpson, and who's the fourth guy, the fifth guy?
McIver?
I said Everett McIver.
Whoever
he is, I'm sorry, I forgot you. Pressure was on. What can you do?
2 minutes left. London holding on to their 3-point lead. Gaston Green in the backfield. Green gets the carry and just plows it straight through the middle.
And there is Amsterdam's left third and final timeout. London needs one first down to put this away.
Third and final team timeout.
Well, Tony Vincent has had a sensational day. 211 yards on the ground, a new World League record. He's had 3 catches for 27 yards as well.
They work me too damn hard.
And you said it, they're working him too hard. But you know what, if you're an Atlanta Falcons coach or scout or fan watching this, you've got to be pleased with what this man's done in the last 2 weeks.
Man, babe, that's right. Hi, Christina. Hi, Mom. Hi, AJ. Love y'all.
You know, when he came off the field, they had to help him off onto that last carry. Changes of Kellen Winslow in the San Diego-Miami overtime playoff game. See the Falcons decal on the back of the helmet.
What if he goes back to Atlanta if we put a little Monarchs decal back there?
I'm sure London will. You'll want that.
I'll want it. I may go down there and make sure it happens. Second down, London, the 26-yard line. Amsterdam can't stop the clock now. Gaston Green is in the backfield. Green gets the call. They stopped him almost immediately, maybe a yard. That'll bring up a third down. And the clock continues to run.
And what they will...
Yeah.
London can't run the clock out without getting a first down. And I don't think they will try a field goal here after the next play. They'll just keep running the ball.
Go ahead and pitch this on the gun out. Let's go. From Ace, not from Trips, but they slant. Ace, 38.
This is a toss.
9 seconds. Hurry up.
Toss around the right side. If they... Gaston Green around the right or near side. Toss.
5 of 15 on third downs, the Monarchs, and there's the toss to Gaston Green, who's got some work to do, and
there's that
at the end. Mike Evans was there, and they'll lose around 4 yards on the play, and we're down inside a minute left in the ball game.
And if they don't get a first down, Amsterdam will get the ball back with about 31 or 32, about 30 seconds left, depending upon how long this... There's Vincent coming back on the field. You're not going to try the field goal.
Going for it just to keep the clock running, and
They're
it's
talking
running
about
now.
punting the football. I don't think so. Just run it here.
40 seconds left, and the play clock down to 7.
They're going to call a timeout at 1 second. They'll call a timeout at 1 second.
And they haven't. They've just let it expire.
No, they called a timeout.
They did call it?
Yes.
Timeout.
Just.
London, that's their third and final team timeout. 40-second timeout.
You knew, didn't you?
What do you want to do?
With 26 seconds remaining.
23 sets of game clock to 30, please.
All right, make it 30
Not
seconds.
going to punt and give them no chance to block.
See, they hesitate to punt the ball here because they have great special teams.
Take off.
That's all yours now.
That clock's game time is right.
30 seconds.
All right.
Got any guts, they'll throw the ball here because the clock is going to stop regardless.
You know, they're going to come upfield in the middle.
Right.
So you don't want to run the toss?
That seems such a lot of time. If you're London trying to hang on, it seems like nothing if you're Amsterdam.
Let's go.
Boy, this is interesting. You hate to see him
I know what they
handle
Hey, don't. They know what they're doing. They already told me.
Hate to see him throw the ball like this on a toss.
They reset the clock. Goddamn, that's their job. I'm looking at it.
This would be a toss to Vincent. Now, again, this near side, if they toss it this side, there's footage is not great.
On 4th down and 12. And moving the line.
It won't be a first down.
But it'll take another 5 yards off. Definite movement there, unless London drew them.
Well, what drew them was a voice inflection.
False start. Prior to the snap, number 83. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Now they're going to kick the football, I guess.
Sonny Fexico is on to punt.
Boy, and this is interesting call right here. Because special teams for Amsterdam are better than the London special teams.
And with
his job is to just get it out of there. Just get the ball out of there.
You can be sure they'll be coming after
Well,
him.
they're not really. They've left their defense on the field. They're not even rushing them.
No, he's got it off.
He shanks it,
and it goes out of bounds at a 2-yard line.
He shanks it.
Sonny Fexico is the hero of the moment.
Oh, man. He shanked it, and it goes out of bounds on the 3 or 2-yard line. He was trying to hang it up there.
It's Cliff. I know it.
Look at this. See, where is he going? He's going right down the middle of the field, and he shanks it. That's the greatest shank I've ever seen. Look at this. And he's gonna tell you, oh, of course I did.
Oh, yeah. I've been working on that one.
Like he's going, you can't really see how straight he's going here, but the ball goes off the side of his foot. Now look, he's going, uh-oh. He's going, wait a second, maybe I got something here.
Well, the Admirals have 97 yards in front of them and 23 seconds, and flags come in. They need a miracle.
Now, keep in mind, they only need 3. They don't need 7.
False start. Prior to the snap, number 72. Half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
That's Marcus Spears, the guard allocated from the Bears. So you can put another 1.5 yards on how far they've got to go. Just look at that.
You can see a hook and lateral here. That can work. Pass to receiver, toss back to a running back.
I'm really hurt by penalties today. Some indiscipline in there. Fura dumps it off over the middle. So the clock continues to run. And Bino Bryant does well to get to the 10, but that will probably do it unless they can just down the ball.
He's going to just down it.
Seconds
unless
left.
He fakes the downing. Unless he fakes the downing.
7 seconds left. And he downs it with 3 seconds remaining. Well, I suppose the good news for Will Fura right now is it's only a 94-yard field.
See, now
the bad news, he needs 84 of them.
And they've taken a field goal out of it unless there's a penalty against London. What do you call here? Everybody go deep.
There are 3 Monarchs defenders on their own midfield lines. A couple of guys at about the 43. Fura gets a high snap, manages to hang on to it, and runs. The fireworks go off as the clock expires. Now, Philip Bobo has slipped over, and the tackle is made by Mark Montroy, and the London Monarchs have won an epic encounter.
Look at the players going over to the far stands.
And look at those fans. Every one of them has stayed.
There they go.
And the London Monarchs stay alive. What a game. Not one for offense.
Unless you're Tony Vincent.
16-13. It was tough all the way. And now look at this. They're doing the A train down on the sidelines.
That's what the Admirals normally do.
And at 1 or 2, Malcolm Shoel is running over the Amsterdam player, and a few other Amsterdam players are going over, and this could get ugly.
But Bobo has done the smart thing. He's come over and told Shoel just get off the field.
Well, Willie Hinchcliffe had that tremendous catch to keep that drive alive. Philip Bobo has just stopped a potential riot, but it was a good game, this one, absorbing right from the first hit. And hit is the word you'd use to describe this game. Amsterdam dropped to 3-4, London improved to 3-4, and the race for the World Bowl is wide open. For Dave Jennings, this is Nick Halling saying thanks for being with us. Bye-bye from White Hart Lane.
Good game, London Monarchs, and Chris Lundberg is the one offensive lineman we forgot to mention. But just time to tell you about End Zone, which is back on Sky Sports at 10:15 p.m. on Friday, and there's a further chance for you to catch it at midday on Saturday. 2 live games for you over the weekend. First on Saturday, tune into Sky Sports 2 at 5 p.m. as the World Bowl-bound Claymores travel to Amsterdam. Then, on Sunday, also on Sky Sports 2 at 4:30, join us when the Barcelona Dragons host the London Monarchs. My thanks to Mike Carlson and Bill Moss, and I'll see you in the end zone on Friday. Until then, cheerio.